Hello, good uh evening. How are y'all doing? Hello, in Harmon and RN Sanders, who are ooh, I hear an echo. I must have my phone volume up. Yeah, I do. Okay, so yeah, we got In Harmon and RN Sanders for being number one and number two on the Moonwalk Hall of Fame for getting here in the first two spots. How are you doing, Miss Mad About Music? It's complicated. I hope everybody had a good Friday, a good week. And hopefully, for some of you, it is actually the weekend and y'all could just chill tomorrow. But right now, we are going to get into a few things. We are going to do, I was going to do two episodes of Celebrity Scamfish, but I don't know. I think I might only do one and then we'll do some strawberry calls because I'm not up to par right about now. So I think that that's what I am going to do. But let me do one other thing first, which was what? What was that? Oh, okay. This is what I was going to do. Let me do that. And then I'm going to get into sharing this. No, wait a minute. Okay. Pay me no mind up here. I meant to do this before I got on. I told y'all I wasn't fully up to par here. Okay, so I got that done, and I can get rid of that and get rid of that. No, don't leave. Cancel that. Let me get that. Okay. All right. So let me share this screen so we can get into what's going on here this evening. Hello, Miss Cross Country Cruiser and Lisa Glaze. How are you doing this evening? Get over here and share this screen and get into this mess. Now, this video that you are about to see is a video that I actually did when I first started doing YouTube. What is going on here? I do believe I kicked myself. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I think maybe I kicked myself out of YouTube. No, I didn't. Okay. So anyway, this is a video that I did. I did it did I say how it's complicated? I don't know. But how you doing? Now, this was a video that I had done when I first started doing YouTube and it was pre-recorded, but I'm going to do it live because I just think it'll be so much more funner to do it live. You know, funner. I'm making up those little nesto words. So let's get into it. This is a woman who, she had a dream. It wasn't like the one Martin Luther King Jr. had, but nevertheless, she had one. And we're going to listen to her dream and how Tyler Perry wants to marry her. And by the way, hello, if you are, what is going, y'all know what? I'll just get off of here right now because something just ain't right. Like Keith Sweat says, what is going on? So okay, no, this was right. All right. Y'all, once I get going, you saw this one. Wasn't it funny? That's why I said I'm gonna do it again. Okay, this is going too slow. That's why I want to do it again because it was funny to me, and I want to do it live. Oh yeah, I heard about that. It's complicated. I heard about that, but here's the thing: if you don't want to be, if you don't want to be made fun of and be the butt of a lot of jokes and everything, why are you answering? Or why do you bother to talk? That makes no sense to me. Which further goes on to prove
Born
that she
Emmett
lost.
Tyler Perry Jr.
Here we go.
had contacted.
What are the chances of you dating your favorite celebrity? We all have grown up to crush on a famous singer or actor, but what are the odds of them falling in love with us? Today, we delve into an internet relationship with a woman named Nikki who claims
Quiet as it's kept. I have like several multiple Hollywood crushes. And speaking of which, how about somebody is trying to sue my Rick Ross because he doesn't have handicap accessibility at his car shows? Can you believe it? Anyway, let's carry on. We're not talking about that. We're talking about this lady and her man, Tyler Perry.
to be in an online relationship with the famous director Tyler Perry. In her mind, there is no way that he could possibly be a scam fish. Let's jump into this.
They think I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I said, whatever. Good. Y'all can think I'm crazy. Because when the time comes, I'm going to just shake my head and say, thank you, Jesus.
Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
My name is Nikki
Hey, I
Kyles.
say that.
I am from Florida. I'm 42 now. I have two beautiful children, 18 and 9. Two baby daddies, been married twice already. Both of my ex-husbands, they're
How you doing, Native? I got the link in there.
married, and I thank God for that because they don't have to bother me. And we all have a cordial relationship. I'm a minister also. That's why you see me in church. This is like my peaceful place.
Do you have any hobbies or things you like to do in your free time outside of ministry?
I love spending time with my family. And I love the beach also. I love going to the beach. That's my quiet time. I sit on the sand and just me and the Lord be talking and whatnot. God is so, he is really faithful to me. Like really, really. But I'm one of those women, men always want to marry me for some reason.
It's not because you wear those fabulous wigs.
And I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful. And I said, just because I don't wear makeup and I just keep it 100 with you. Listen, certain things I just don't deal with.
So what did you reach out to our team for?
This man, Tyler Perry, born Emmett Tyler Perry Jr., had come.
Uh,
contacted me
I
on
must.
June 22nd, 2023.
How was your experience with this person online dating? So tell us how.
I don't even they don't know online. Oh, honey, I am. Can you see? Do you see me? I do not need to date online. I don't need to date online. I know how to socialize with people.
You know, this lady, she's not a bad looking lady. She just has a bad wig on.
Everyday men try to call.
Nah,
I had to turn their black
she's
asses
not a bad looking lady, but this I'm spoiler
down.
alert. She is crazy. She crazy. Watch this. Watch this. Look how she getting close to the camera. Look,
I'm
look
trying
at
to
her.
figure out what is.
Look at that
I'm
still
trying to
shot.
figure out what is wrong with the little
Out
video
you
here.
and then
Instagram and was like,
I can't get the damn.
Look, I seen this
I,
one.
s-
oh,
I
he wanted to
swear,
reach
I'm
out
gonna
to
get off
some
of
of his
here because this
fans.
is
She
I
getting
said,
old.
listen,
ridiculous.
I'm not.
Yeah, I was gonna do the. I was gonna do the Chris. There's a. Have you seen the Chris
Thank
Brown
you.
one?
I don't watch. I have not paid none of your bills. I don't. I don't even. I don't even own a TV.
Damn it, y'all! Give me a second. I don't know what the hell is going on. Y'all know I
So
must be
why'd you,
feeling some kind of way because y'all
trying
know
to
I don't use such words.
reach out?
But something is going on and it won't stop. It is further
Me?
to get
I know I
off.
have made some comments on your page before
Uh, jump over. Come on. Hey, just listening.
because I really feel that a man should not be
Let
wearing a
me
dress.
do this. Let me do this. Let me do it. Let me do it like this. I'm sorry, y'all. Technical difficulties. I told
No
y'all.
offense to somebody. And no offense.
Okay.
But
It
if you're
keeps lagging like this. I don't know, but that's what it's given right now. So anyway, now I'm straight. I got my little board up here straight. Everything's working correctly. If I miss somebody who just came in, I saw just listening. And I think that's all who I saw. And the rest of y'all is up in the clouds. How are y'all doing? So all right, Native, you with me? Oh, Native, you with me? Maybe not. Well, we gonna keep on going. Ah, what is going on with my things? Y'all, it's some close encounters of the I don't know what kind going on here. Yeah, I'm coming straight out the gate with the foolery. It's complicated. Hey, Shay. All right, now let's see if my stuff is working right or if it's being all ghetto. I done lost Native, but we gonna see if we get him back. So let's go on with this lady who is the minister and has two baby daddies, but she get along with him fine. And Tyler Perry is, you know, trying to get with her.
celebrity, you're a black man, and you're wearing a dress, that is not right. Maybe you're upset about that. I don't know. But why you reaching out to me?
I'm actually a pretty big Tyler Perry fan, which is funny because I actually love all his movies. But
I'm gonna come out of this and go back in because I don't know what
I'm
is
curious because
going
it
on
sounds like
and
you
why
went
it is
straight to the
so
point.
why it's dragging like this. I don't know, but it's really getting on my nerves and I'm not being able to stand it right now. If y'all have not thumbs up the video, please make sure that you do so while I deal with whatever in the heck is that when I start to use those bad words, y'all know I'm getting frustrated. And you know, I'll get up off of here in a minute if I'm frustrated. I don't know. Oh, oh, Native.
I'm here. I'm here.
Are you with me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can
Okay.
hear you. You know what? I apparently you were added to the stage, and then yes, can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Because I apparently I had added you to the stage, and you know, hey Muff 218, and was having technical difficulties, and you got kicked off.
But
But
I'm telling you,
I'm
that's how
gonna
crazy
stop
this
the.
lady is. This
Did
lady is so crazy, she
I
done
stop
messed up your whole computer. That's
sharing?
how crazy she is. She go with Tyler Perry and she don't need to get online. Look at me. Look at me. I
What
don't
the
need to be
hell?
online dating. Yeah, you need to be online for dating, therapy,
You know,
food,
playing.
everything. Do you don't need to be in the public for nobody? Yes.
You know, that's not the first time
That
somebody
lady
has
crazy,
made
man.
that claim.
I've
But
seen
it
this
was a
one.
whole lady on. She was on. There was a lady on Dr. Phil, and I mean, she was really on there talking about how they were getting married. So this is not the first person to make this type of claim.
Tyler Perry, born Emmett Tyler
But this thing
Perry
is just dragging.
Jr., had contacted.
What are the chances of you dating your favorite celebrity? We all have grown up to crush on a famous singer.
And then what makes it so bad is the thing won't let. Okay, now finally let me out. Okay, we are going to go back
Mm.
in and see if whatever the problem is has corrected itself, because we are having problems. And if you know too many technical difficulties, and I'm out. But it is really dragging. Maybe because too many people. It was too many folks going live today, and YouTube said no, we're not having it. This is it. It's too many people has that's done been on here. But you, native, you're here, and we got
Born
everybody.
Emmett Tyler Perry Jr., had contacted.
What are the chances of you dating your favorite?
And do you know, I did not know Tyler Perry's middle name until I saw this episode. I didn't know it. Did you know it? We just having tough technical difficulties all the way around. Let's get back into this episode.
Favorite celebrity? We all have grown up to crush on a famous singer or actor. But what are the odds of them falling in love with us? Today, we delve into an internet relationship with a woman named Nikki who claims to be in an online relationship with the famous director Tyler Perry. In her mind, there is no way that he could possibly be a scam fish. Let's jump into this.
They think I'm crazy. I said, whatever. Good. Y'all can think I'm crazy. Because when the time comes, I'm going to just shake my head and say, thank you, Jesus.
Real quick, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your comment and like could help stop someone from being scammed. Let's get into it.
My name is Nikki Kyles.
Shay
I am from Florida. I'm
where's
42
that
now.
comment?
I have two beautiful children, 18 and 9. Two baby daddies. Been married twice already. Both of my ex-husbands, they're married, and I thank God for that because they don't have to bother me. And we all have a cordial relationship. I'm a minister also. That's why you see
Okay,
me in
this is
church.
truly getting on my
This is like
nerve.
my
What we're gonna do is
peaceful
this, because this is getting on my nerves. I can't take this. I'm still trying to figure
place.
out.
Do you have any hobbies?
Wait a minute, this is all up in my ear. I need to get rid of it. I'm trying to figure out Shay B and Joe Jackson. That's what I want to know.
Wait, you crushed on Joe like Michael Jackson daddy, Joe
What?
Jackson?
Like Michael Jackson. Yes, Michael Jackson's deity, Joe
I,
Jackson. That's what Shay
I
B
didn't know
has
he
said.
was somebody you could crush on.
We're not gonna do this scam fishing thing because it's a problem.
I didn't know you could crush on. I didn't know you was allowed to crush on him. Like I didn't think that was allowed. Joe, like Tito and them daddy, Jermaine daddy. I didn't think that was allowed. But okay, all right,
See
each
you
his
in him.
own. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, hey,
All right, we are gonna do because
I didn't know.
and y'all was clowning me because I said I had one on Rick Ross and they was clowning me for
Clown.
that.
Well,
But
I
Shay B
mean,
got she up there talking about
Joe Jackson. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Rick Ross is okay. All right. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing.
yeah, we crush on who we crush on.
I know
Now,
ain't nobody crushed on me, so I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how that go. You know, people like Rick Ross and Joe Jackson can Native Tribe get a crush? That's all I'm trying to. I'm just trying to see if I can get one out here in these YouTube streets. That'd be nice. That'd be nice if somebody crushed on me. But if Joe
oh
Jackson get crushed on, I got a chance. That's all I'm saying. Because you know
yeah,
Joe
you
beat
got it.
people, right? He beat people into success. That's what he did. Like that ain't. I don't know. It's kind of
Yeah.
controversial. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I ain't beating nobody. I ain't beating nobody. I'm just over here being me.
Joe Jackson. And I'm telling you, the folks when I said Rick Ross, the folks they was went to clowning me. But you know, Joe Jackson, y'all gonna let Shavy get away with that one. Okay, y'all. Y'all go right ahead. Now we're gonna do a Shirley Strawberry call because Scamfish was just acting up. I don't know if it was the Scamfish people or if it was this lady who has the bad wig on, but nevertheless, we're gonna just move it right along.
Look,
So
that lady is. I mean, if you ain't never seen that episode, go watch that episode, man.
yeah,
That
I
lady is.
watched it. It cracked me all the way up because you could not tell her that she was not all of that in a bag of chips. And she's not a bad looking lady. I mean, I just think, she probably should got a better wig. And I
The wig wasn't the problem. The wig wasn't the problem. That lady is crazy. Like that lady is literally doing a MTV show in her church basement. Like that lady is crazy. No, man.
some
No.
of the stuff and here's the thing. If um if somebody said, "Well, I like you," but I mean, well, she says, "I like you," but you wear them dresses, and that's not right in the Lord's church, and all of that. Then how do you like the man? Because if that bothers you that bad, to me, that would be a turn off. So you wouldn't be able to deal with this person at all on any level. On any
Right.
level, but that's just me. Her mind,
I
her
mean, no, it
mind's
ain't
the
just you.
problem. Somebody said her mind's the problem.
It ain't just you. Mm.
Hey, wait. Oh, somebody wants to know if Smokey is asleep. Hey, In Harmon, is Smokey asleep? The people want to know. Native, I'm talking to you. What he got going on in his equipment, y'all? Well, listen, we're gonna do a strawberry call. So, what y'all want to hear? Y'all want to hear about how y'all want to hear about Nesto's theft and conspiracy charges? Do y'all want to hear about how they're like Kim and Kanye, or do y'all want to hear about the restraining order? Y'all tell me which one, because I could not decide which one that I wanted to do. So y'all tell me. Give me. I was really the Kim and Kanye thing. I cannot remember, so I was thinking maybe I would do that one. I don't know. Y'all tell me which one y'all want to hear, because I'm definitely going to. I think if I don't hear from y'all, I'm gonna do the Kim and Kanye one because, you know, they are constantly comparing themselves. Well, no, I won't say they. I will say him constantly um, comparing himself to some sort of celebrity. So, and since I don't remember that call, Kim and Kanye in Harmon says, okay, um, we'll get into that one. Share my screen. There we go. Kim and Kanye restraining order theft. Here we go. Kim and Kanye. Now let's see if this is playing any better than what Scamfish was playing. And it don't look like it.
In this full
Okay.
jail call his attorney's office and speak with the receptionist. They talk about him being on the news, and Ernesto goes on to compare himself and Shirley to Kanye and Kim. They also talk about his case.
Y'all remember this? I don't remember this.
Remember as you're listening that this phone call was made almost a year ago.
Hello?
Hi.
Okay, you got the number you don't I give it to you.
What number? What you talking about?
BC office.
All right, let me have it.
I'll give it to you and you got it.
Oh, okay. Well, I can get it then.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I can call. I mean, I can get it.
I got it. I just had to get it out my pocket. You know, I can't walk around with everything in my pocket. I don't let nothing laying around.
All right, hold
There's a
on.
lot of
Okay,
stuff in the pocket.
I gotta keep talking.
hold on.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
hello, 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 hello.
Yes. Yeah, I gotta
Hello,
keep
hello,
talking.
hello,
I'm gonna
hello,
keep
hello.
quiet so I get on there. So I won't cut off. Hello?
Uh,
Yeah.
Hey, real.
okay.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yep.
Yep, 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 yep.
Hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Network here.
Hello, hey.
Julia?
Hey.
Wait, hold on. Julia? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Go
How you
ahead,
doing?
honey. Good. How are you?
Y'all, London pretty New York City girl has dropped down out of the clouds to tell us that she don't remember this call either. Did anybody hear it? Because I just don't. Native, do you remember it? I don't remember it.
I don't know who this is on the phone with them. No, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, this Mr. Williams
No,
calling me.
that's it. I think Shirley was talking to somebody in the background, and then while he was saying his hellos and whistling, y'all know, can y'all that man can't whistle. Have y'all noticed that? I thought all pimps and MFNGs could whistle.
Well,
I really
the fact
did.
that he can't should tell you something, right? Right? That ain't what he is.
He's a
Okay.
he's a hustler.
I see
That is not what
Mr.
he is.
Seen my mug shot all on TV.
I'll have to check with them to see if he did or not.
Okay, did you
Wait.
message to him?
Okay. I know what's going on. So this is like the attorney's office. No, I just don't remember this. It's complicated. What are you saying about me and Rick Ross? She says, Legacy Moon, as soon as you said Rick Ross was your video got jealous. I think you better get another crush, hun. In your Shirley voice, you telling me to get me another crush. I have several, so well, my number one I think is Leon. But anyway, let's get back to this call.
Talking about Leon Spinks? Leon who? What Leon?
No,
department put me on. Um,
I'm talking about Five Heartbeats. Wasn't it Five Heartbeat and Temptation? Leon,
Oh,
that Leon and Little Richard. Leon, yes,
Leon. Okay, okay.
yes,
I didn't
Leon.
know if you like boxers because Leon Spinks would have been a good catch at some point.
Never. I'm really glad that I'm not the only one who has no idea anything about this call. Somebody said Leon is more. That's a little bit more acceptable.
TV on Channel 5, Channel 2, and 46 News. Tuesday.
Yeah, we gave him the message. I just don't know if he had seen it or not. I'd have to check with him.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
See,
He's still gonna be at court at
okay, y'all, I'm sorry, but we got to go back. Was this man complaining to his attorney that they showed his mugshot on the news? Isn't that what the news people do? Is
That
show
is
the
what the news people
mugshot?
do. Yes, that is what the news people do. And
Okay,
dummy don't know that.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. This man is complaining to the lady at the lawyer's office that they showed his mug. Okay.
keep talking about keep quiet so you're on there. So I won't cut off. Hello? Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep.
Yep, yep, yep,
Hello,
yep, yep,
hello,
yep,
hello.
yep, yep.
Hello,
Hello, hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello,
hello.
hello,
That works
hello,
here.
hello.
Hello, hey, how you
Julia?
doing today?
Wait, hold on. Julia?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
hi. Go
How you
ahead,
doing?
honey.
Good. How are you?
Good. This Mr. Williams calling you again. I see Mr. Chef seen my mug shot all on TV.
I'll have to check with him to see if he did or not.
Okay. Did you refer the message to him?
Did you?
About
Y'all gonna act like y'all don't hear that man saying, "Did you refer the message to him?" Okay, I'm the only one who heard that. All right.
What they did, they put me on the police department put me on TV on Channel 5, Channel 2, and 46 News. Tuesday.
we gave him the message. I just don't know if he had seen it or not. I'd have to check with him.
Okay. He's still gonna be at court at 5 o'clock Monday.
It's still on his calendar.
Okay. And is there anything else I have going on?
No, sir, not as of since the last time we spoke.
Okay. All right. Thank you so very much. You have a wonderful evening, man.
Y'all do the same.
All right, bye.
So, at least he could call and talk to the paralegal or the receptionist at BC's office. Now he can't get anybody anywhere on the phone. He should have stuck with BC. That man can't help it if he had the shingles and he wanted to take a vacation.
But did you notice that this woman wasn't paying him no attention? Like she ain't paid, she ain't paid what he said. No
Go ahead.
attention about the news and all. She ain't said. She said, yeah, I gave him the message. she 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 skipped past all that news bullshit
Because
and was like,
you know,
I gave him the message.
it's like
I gave it to him. It's fine. Okay, you have a good evening too.
Miss Mad About Music said. She's saying, "Don't call us no daggone more."
Right, exactly. Okay, okay.
Oh my God. Wow.
Refer.
Okay. So now this
Refer.
call's starting to jog people's memories, but this is really not. Or maybe I was tuned out in the beginning. When he started doing his hello, hello, hello thing. I went into a trance and probably just Miss Mad About Music. BC dropped him. No, I thought he dropped BC for Krell or Overton then Krell, something like that. I don't know. Oh, let's see what else he's gonna lie about.
Bye bye.
Hello.
Hello? Yeah.
Okay. Well, Monday at 5 o'clock. That's what I got going on.
Yeah. She didn't even know if she had given him the message or not, if he could receive the message.
Because she don't
Yeah, I
care.
know.
Right.
I don't know. I know it.
She could care
But
less.
hopefully he'll come up here and see me. I got an email, so I emailed from the iPad to him to his office. Okay, you know,
Oh, you did?
Wait, I didn't understand that. He emailed from the iPad to him to his office. How many places the
Okay.
email got to go?
so that was it.
I think in our language that means he used the iPad to email the office of BC. That is what I'm thinking, in our language, how that
But he
happens.
used extra
So
words. Why are the extra words necessary? All he had to say was, I emailed him. He said, I sent an email from the iPad to him to his office. What? From the iPad to from him? So the email got to go 4 different places, Nesto? I don't understand.
I don't understand either, but that's what had happened, you
Okay.
know.
Okay.
But Sonia would leave us to believe that this man don't know how to use Instagram and email and all those kinds of things. The way she talks about how computer illiterate he is, and look at him sitting at the jail on the iPad, sending his attorney a letter. It's funny how he could do all those things himself until she came around and mucked up his case.
Nah, you can't tell me that there was a lapse in intelligence with this man. This man been stupid his whole life. This man said, I sent an email from the iPad to him to his office. No, he been stupid. The stupid been there. It's been there for a long time, long before we
And
met him.
In Harmon said the email be bouncing.
You
Wait
do.
a wait a minute. Wait a minute. Real, don't you ever tell anybody it. Okay, Real is sitting up in here and letting the chat know that she had a crush on Judge Joe Brown back in the day.
Oh, she like old country Negroes like Judge Joe Brown. Come in my
Isn't
court
he from New
talking all that.
Orleans?
Come in my court talking all that noise like you sit down, young man. I'm Judge. This is my show. I'm Judge Joe Brown. She like country niggas that sit in the court. Okay, all right. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Shay B said, wait a minute. But look, did y'all see the episode when Ike Turner was on there? We had who was on there? Rick James was on there before Ike Turner, or was Ike Turner on the People's Court? Because he had the next best happening thing that was going to come up to replace Tina.
Oh yeah,
Did
I
you?
do remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, just listening. How are you doing? Who else this man gonna email?
It's blessed for them to send me from that Fulton County jail over here, from over here, put me in the honor dome. Because other places ain't got TV. They took TVs out.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
So there was a blessing. I thank God for that. So that let me know I'm on the other side and see what's going on, what I'm facing.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Huh?
you say yes, what?
Surely 8 p.m.
Yesterday I had a real bad scare because I couldn't find my key,
That's
and
fair. Wait a minute. It's complicated. Said, why did he have to give Shirley the lawyer's number if she was paying the attorney? I think that is Sonia. No, it's Shirley. Oh, you think who is Sonia? The woman on the phone? Oh no, that woman talked too prim and proper to be Sonia. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Sonya would have been like, right. Yep. You know that thing she doing, she going like, yep. that would have been Sonya. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, or she be, they got his picture all over the news and he didn't even do nothing. They're making him seem guilty and he hasn't even done anything. So y'all know that's what Sonya would have been given if that was her on the phone. So no, not at all.
She can't. She get on my. Oh my God. She get on my.
That's what we would have had if that had been Sonya.
And then she like to break out into songs in the
I
middle of
looked outside
no, that
on
wasn't
the
her. That wasn't
ground,
her.
and there it was in the grass
Finger coals.
outside from the day before.
What?
Yeah, there was a real, yeah, it's, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
that was,
Don't y'all ever clown me on who I crush on. Uh, Sanders RN says her first crush was on Hakeem Olajuwon from the Houston Rockets. You go ahead,
I'm
girl.
saying you like
terrible.
dark skinned dudes. Like,
Do
I
you
mean,
have
you
I don't
like
have a,
Africa dark
I don't
skinned
have a
dudes.
spare
That's
now
no?
because you have,
that's impressive. That's impressive. I'm impressed. Hakeem,
I look. That's always my have been. That's always been my first choice. But I just never could find one. But I like them that dark too. I
okay,
do. I like them. I like the blue blacks.
okay, all right. Hey,
Oh my gosh.
hey, yeah.
Here on Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries, we do a little bit of true crime and a little bit of other stuff all at the same time.
It's just a mystery when you come. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Uh, yeah, because my
No,
bag
not
is
at
in my
all.
property over there, so
yeah,
I don't have that. So that's the only
uh-huh,
key to it. Um,
I know.
but you
So I
can,
guess,
when you get a chance, I'm gonna have to get Dion to come over there and program your phone to it because your phone can crank your car up.
yeah, I know, what's his name? Lamont was telling me that.
Okay, don't laugh at me. I did not know that.
Didn't
Am I
know it.
the only one? You could use your phone to crank up your car. See,
Um,
I've always been I'm not one of those people like how you can hit the remote from your door and start your car so it'll be warm when you get in it. That's never been me because I just always in my mind I'm thinking the worst. Somebody gonna jump in my car and drive off, or they're gonna hide in the back seat. So when I
mm,
get in there, they're gonna grab me. So, so
mm,
I have one of them kind of minds.
mm.
So I guess maybe that's why I don't have that kind of knowledge because it's not any that I would need to know because I wouldn't do it. But first of all, can that really be done? Because we know Nestor don't always know what he's talking about, where you can actually take your phone and control your car. Can that be done? Hey,
Yes,
Justin's mom and a
there
lady. Okay,
there
so
are
that
app
can be
controls.
done.
Yes, there are app controls for modern cars, and that is a thing. Um, however, um, if it came from Sonya, we couldn't believe it. Nesto deals in more reality than she does. So because that heifer said that the internet go through a line underneath Africa and they was gonna cut it so that the world wouldn't have no internet. See, that's the kind of stuff she say. Controlling your car from an app, nah, because the technology is very similar. So kind of like how there are apps that you can actually like use as a remote control for your TV, depending on what kind of TV you have. So the technology, as far as that signal is concerned, is not much different coming from a key fob or a phone. So yes, that actually is a thing.
Interesting. I did not know that. Well, you know, y'all, I swear. So I've been over there. I've been finding some really interesting things on Instagram. I don't fool with it much, but I found that I was getting messages that was sitting for 2 and 3 weeks. So I said, I better start using Instagram. Well, I want to tell y'all, I found
Mm-hmm.
where Sonia, when she said the body is made of 80% sea moss, I actually found what I think she probably saw and
Mm,
confused all that with. And I meant to get it ready to play, but I forgot to. But it is there, and it's what is it? Lisa Left Eye from
mm-hmm.
TLC. It's something that she said, and what she was basically saying is that our bodies have like 70% or 80% of all the same minerals that you find in sea moss. So when you drink that, you're just replenishing the minerals in your body. She didn't mean the whole body was 80% sea moss. But I bet you I'm gonna make sure the next time I come live, I'm gonna make sure I have that to play for y'all because I know that that's where she got that from. I know it is. When I heard that, I said, oh my gosh, that's where Sonya got it from. Because, very much so how she confuses everything else and gets everything else wrong. That's what that was all about. She just got it wrong. She just didn't understand what she heard.
I just don't
Just like,
understand. I
go
don't
ahead.
understand how somebody can be as loud and wrong though, because you ain't just wrong in your privacy of your own home. You wrong on the internet. You wrong in people's homes. People driving home listening to this and listening to you be wrong. I just ain't never seen nobody be so boisterously wrong, like just absolutely wrong for millions of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's cool if
Yeah.
you mess something up. I mess stuff up all the time. But if I'm gonna be on a recorded line, or if I'm going to be on somebody's internet, I'm going to get it right because I have a chance to get it right.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I am. I don't want anybody. And if you don't know something and you get something wrong, that's okay. But it's just when you're loud and wrong about it is when people tend to talk about you.
Loud,
So
wrong,
let's
and with a
see.
nasty attitude. That is definitely her.
Definitely.
They say you're nasty.
Told me that a long time ago.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So you need to get that thing programmed because you're not going to be able to get in that car.
well, I mean, I'm not gonna lose my kid ever again. That was a scare. That was a scare. That was enough to let me know
What did it let you know?
that I ain't gonna do that anymore.
Okay. Well, guess what? We're going to be all right. We've been attacked everywhere. So that's all.
Huh?
No.
We're being
That's
attacked everywhere.
no, 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 no,
So
no.
it's
That's not true. You're being attacked everywhere, not her. Now, we was on her for a minute there when, she was talking about Sheridan for going down to the police station. Yeah, we talked about her, but not to any degree how we talk about you. Yes, Miss Mad about music. I used to watch Judge Faith's show that comes on Oxygen, but they just kept showing the same ones back to back. So I'll have to make sure I tune in to the new episode. Now, who's got arthritis? Somebody said something about some arthritis in this chat. Oh, y'all talking to each other. Okay, let's carry on.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. It'll be all right. Much is given, much is required. So I'm all right.
Huh?
I said much.
Okay, y'all, I promise you we're gonna get. You know what I noticed when I pick these calls out? I'm so used to the Shirley and Esther calls being so short. I just picked three. And it wasn't until, I went to play them that I was like, okay, these calls are long. So back in when he was talking to Shirley, the calls were kind of long between the two of them. And then after that, they got down to the 12-minute, 10-minute, 20-minute calls. I've just, I noticed that as time went on that's what took place.
Yeah, they got all the way down to I have no money.
And much required. So I'm messing up.
What?
And I must say, Justin's mom says, I know he misses his conversations with Shirley. She has a soothing voice and she has common sense. Now, I'm going to tell y'all bad grammar, English, however y'all want to put it. I am actually finding Tashima, or is it Tamisha or Tashima, whoever she is. I am finding her text messages to be very refreshing as compared to Sonya. But now, Miss Paula, she's not answering.
Mm-mm.
And I want to know what that's all about. Now, somebody, I was all over there on Bank. Thank goodness that she does these text messages with the AI app. I'm so glad she does that, and she deserves some kudos for getting through that last set that she just did. But I was all in them comments, and people were saying that they believe that that Tashima or Tamisha or Tashima is really Sonya pretending. And I was thinking to myself, because even as bad as the grammar and the conversation is, Sonya would not know that much about God. She just
Mm-mm.
really wouldn't. She really
No,
wouldn't. So
no,
no, I don't think so. I really don't
no.
think so.
This helper set up and said, "What if we lived our whole lives and we thought that we was doing good, and then we died and found out it was a better place than here, and we was like, oh man, I could have been in this better place." That helper don't know what heaven is, so no, she ain't finna write nothing about no Bible or no God or nothing. She don't know what heaven is. That's basic.
Not at all. Not at all. And then what cracked me up about her, the new person. I kept noticing that too bad we can't see the photos because I'm not an aesthetic person. That's not what attracts me to, like, say, a guy. That's not what attracts me. It's just other things that gets my attention. Now, yeah, I see somebody, I'm like, oh, he's fine or he's cute or whatever. Yeah, I can do
Mm-mm,
that. But like, if you want to talk about an attraction, the outer aesthetic really doesn't matter to me. But I
mm-mm,
know that most people aren't like that. And I noticed in the text, he kept asking her for a picture, and she kept saying, well, the outer part is just a shell, and the inner part is a shell too, but the inner part is different than the outer part. That's the only time that this woman got philosophical. So I got to thinking, I was like, well, is there something wrong with her? But she finally sent a picture, I guess. It sounded like she did, or at least she's been trying to. But does anybody notice that she kept saying that? She kept saying that. Did anybody pick up
mm-mm,
on that, or was it just me? Y'all gonna make it seem like it was just me? So,
mm-mm,
Miss Mad About Music said she dang sure did.
mm-hmm. She did.
Shay B said, Lord, please forgive me, but I can't handle Tashima. I can't handle her jibber jabber. Yes, I,
Mm-hmm.
I I know, I know, but it still is just refreshing from the doom and gloom that we normally have to read in these text messages. So, yes, RN Sanders, you tell them folks, get them thumbs up in here. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on, Nestos. Let's see what else you got to say.
Oh, much is given, much is required.
Yeah,
Oh, no, she didn't correct
Mm-hmm.
him.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
like I said, we have to take this situation and throw myself all the way up under the bus to save your image, your I want to say image and reputation. I'm prepared to do all of that. Yes, I am. I'm prepared to do all that. That makes a man greater when he prepares himself for that kind of reward. So that's fine. I'm cool with all that.
Okay.
So
I
don't.
can't hear you. What
I,
you say?
I said I'm
Is he
prepared to throw myself
saying,
under.
is he, at first he was saying a prayer. Was he saying a prayer, or was that just the way that I was hearing it? I swear I kept hearing a pair. Hey, call Michelle and Deborah C. How y'all doing? It does not sound like he was. Well, come on, we'll just let's go.
Under the bus for anything to make sure your legacy and your face card is good. I'm prepared for all that. In my mind, I'm prepared for all that. So don't you want? You don't have no weak ass over here now. I ain't weak at all.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I'm not no runner. I ain't no scary ass idiot.
You know,
So
when
that's not
he
the
when
case.
he makes up words, he makes up words that don't. They're like nonsensical. Like he's making up a word that. Why doesn't he just talk? Why is he making up words? I don't get that.
Because he doesn't
Making
know
it difficult for
words.
himself.
He doesn't know words. It's kind of like for us, speaking is like going down a railroad track that the tracks are already laid. Speaking for him, he's putting the tracks down as he's going. So there's no already laid out tracks for Nesto. Nesto is building the tracks as he speaks. And this is why he talks like this. And his brain can't figure out what track to go next to what track. He wasn't good at Legos. Okay, he don't know what fit together. So he is doing the best he can, word by word. That's why he sounds like that.
Oh my gosh. It's mind burgling.
It's
Hey,
mind boggling. It's mind boggling. Yes.
hey, a lady. A lady says that Nesto reminds her of a book she read. Their eyes were watching God. Broken language from Black folks of the early 1800s, recently released from slavery. It touched me. Now, uh, that's a Zora Neale. What is it? Zora Neale
Zora Neale Hurston, the great.
Hurston. I'm gonna tell you, I just because of the broken English, I just couldn't read because I found in my mind when I pick up her stuff to read, in my mind I'm correcting as I read because sometimes like I can type something wrong myself, but I'm reading it the right way, and that's how I always find myself when I would read her stuff. So I never really could get into to what she writes about. But I hear, she does good work. Now, if somebody ever brings her stuff to life by tape, Audible, I'll listen to it, I guess, because I sit up and listen to Nesto, so it can't be any worse. But
And
that's why I could never really get into her stuff.
And let me tell you, if you really want to get like, I love Their Eyes Were Watching God. I think Zora Neale Hurston is a genius because if you think about it, you have to go from your regular prose of English, right? And you have to write and break your English down to be what the dialect that was spoken by people who, really didn't know any better, that didn't have the educational opportunities. Usually, like that takes a lot to do and to write in whole like chapters and books. Like, I mean, it's amazing. But I will tell you this: I would give you like the challenge of reading Barracoon, which was her last book, which was about the last slave from like in Mobile, Alabama, and he was the last actual slave that was set free. And she interviewed this guy and he told her these stories, and when he's telling the stories, because he's coming straight from Africa, right, he's telling stories about what Africa was like before they came to America, and he's giving these accounts of when he was a kid, and it's written in that same broken English kind of way, but the way she does it in this book, I don't know, it's something about it that makes it like come to life, and you can see his perspective of, like, he tells the story of how they use, I think it was the cheetahs, they would take their whiskers and use them and dip them in ink and all this other stuff to do different things. It's been a minute since I read it, so, but it is an amazing book, and I think that's her last book, if I'm not mistaken. So at least try to check that one out because I think you'll get a lot out of that
It's funny that you bring that up because I actually about a month ago I downloaded it from Kindle, and I said I was going to get to it, but I haven't yet. But I will check that out. And by the way, a lady, thank you so much. I forgot to say that. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Um, Someone else had a comment I want.
one. Tashima had
Somebody.
one 1,500-word run-on sentence. She sure did.
Why
No,
are you in my brain? Why are you in my brain? That's the one I was looking for.
not a period in sight. Like, not a period in sight. Not a comma, exclamation point, nothing. Run on, run on, run on. Yes, that is an accurate statement. She sure did.
I mean, I had to rewind a little bit so I can hear it again. But
Mm,
just to make sense of trying to grasp, especially when she was talking about the motherhood. I just got kind of confused. I was a little bit
mm-hmm,
confused.
mm-hmm.
And you know what? I started to. My head was hurting so bad this morning that I didn't, because I started to pull them up to just read them as the video was reading them, just so I could. Sometimes if you see it, it makes more sense. So that's what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, yeah. I want more from Paula. I really want to know who Miss Paula is. Hello. Hello. How did you hear about me? How did you find out about me? What did he say? Something like that he was saying.
Yeah,
Poor
I
man.
mean, I don't understand, and I know this is a thing. Um, I know the Darkest Child. I've heard of that book. I'm gonna have to get. I've heard of that. I haven't had a chance to check that out.
You know what? I have only read half of that book. I'm not even gonna say I've read half. I'll say maybe the first three chapters. It just it breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. But that is a good one.
Yeah. But what I was saying was that I know there's a thing because growing up as a kid in Pensacola, right? Pensacola is known for a few things. But the one thing is definitely known for if you commit a crime, I don't care if you committed it in Pensacola, in Seattle, Washington, wherever you come. If you come to Pensacola, you're gonna get caught. The police are gonna catch you. I don't know what that is, but they caught Ted Bundy in Pensacola, right? And when they caught him there, they processed him. He wouldn't give them their name, the whole 9 yards. They took him then to Tallahassee where they had a pretrial, and then they had his trial in Miami. Do you know this dude had fans? This man murdered and was knocking off women's head like it wasn't nothing. But this man had fans, like writing him marriage proposals. And there's just this thing about like incarcerated dudes, and there's like a list of them, like Richard Ramirez, all these people that did heinous things to people, and they had fans, like women just throwing themselves at these dudes.
Yeah,
And that's always been interesting to me. You know, like I've always been
me too.
interested in
Yeah,
what
me
that
too.
is.
I mean, because Richard Ramirez got a wife out of it. You know,
So did Ted Bundy.
yeah, Ted Bundy, the Menendez boys. I know, well, at least one of them is married. Wade Wilson, like In Harmon just said, the way that the women are flocking to him, and the fact that this man has been able to collect over $62,000 is just another mind-boggling thing to me.
That's
It's really
insane.
unbelievable.
That is insane. And people will look at you crazy when you talk about like trying to feed poor people or trying to get kids books for schools. They walk by, little girls selling lemonade on the stand. They call the police. The little boys in Atlanta selling water, they call the police, but will gladly donate money to people that have done heinous crimes. And it's
Hmm.
just insane to me. I mean, except Nesto, but I'm just saying for the most part, the other ones, Nesto couldn't get $100, but other than Nesto, everybody else is, they people go crazy. And I've always been fascinated by that. Like I'm always fascinated by the people that are just like enthralled by people that commit these crimes.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Had it not been for Sonya, I do believe he would have collected money on his GoFundMe. As despicable as I think he is, and as unbelievable as I think he is, I really think that he would have been able to collect money if it were not for her tainting. Well, I don't want to say his image. I just say, she kind of like tainted him. So that's why he gets such a hard way to go from people because of her. It's
Yeah.
not just because of him, because there's always going to be a woman desperate enough to want to be in love with somebody like Ted Bundy, Wade Wilson, or Richard
Hmm.
Ramirez. The only reason why Jeffrey Dahmer didn't get a woman is because he didn't like him, but he probably would have got one too.
Yeah, they found out that he ate women, and he was like, and they was like, oh, not like that. It was like, oh, like that. Okay, so that's why. Okay, we got to stay away from him. And then they found out that he didn't really eat women. He just ate dudes, and then not like that, but like that. Yeah. So so it was yeah it was not no not like that like that. Okay. So it was that's it's just to me it's just crazy. And I watch a lot of and I've been looking at the comments, and yes, there is the documentary about that ship, the Clotilla, I think that's the name of it, the flotilla that landed in Mobile, where the guy that Barracoon is based on was on. That is an awesome documentary. It's terrible the way they did those people. If you have not seen it, go watch it. I can't think of the name of it, but it is it's an amazing tale about how the families of those people that were on those ships had that land which was given to them, taken away from them by the city of Mobile. And that is just a horrible story, but the documentary is awesome. They have two. So yes, that is absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's good. Um, but yeah, that's just a fascinating thing to me, the way that people have that psychology behind them. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what it is. It's some kind of psychosis that tells them to be attracted to these people. Like they see them in a much different light than we do.
I mean, all I see is dark eyes. And to me, those are people to really uh, be on the lookout for. If you see those people whose eyes just look, and I don't think everybody can see it, but there is just some people who you could just look at and their eyes are just black. And a lot of those serial killers like that, their eyes are like that. But so I don't even know what they see. Wait, when I look at Wade Wilson, that's what I see. I just see it's black. I don't see anything good. It's like dead behind the eyes there. And
You know who
Harmon,
else this? You know
go
who else they
ahead.
said that about though? You know who else they said that about?
Who?
That damn Jim Jones. They said Jim Jones look at you like you look. He looked straight through you. They say they say his eyes would turn absolutely black.
I find
And
it interesting that later on in life, when you saw him, he always had on those sunglasses.
that's
So
why.
it might be something to that.
Yeah, no,
But
no, no.
he's
That's
another one
why.
that's soulless.
Yeah, because if he didn't have those, it would be obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like that was his disguise, right? Shark eyes, exactly. That was his disguise. If you because he knew walking around looking like that, people could see the demon in him. You know.
Hmm. Yeah. Now, you know what? Now, this is probably way far left. You know what? I've always questioned his ethnicity.
Who?
Jim Jones.
Oh no, he was a white dude. He was.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, he
And
was. I
I've
read.
also been.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I read the book. I read the book about his growing up. He was definitely a white boy.
Well, yeah, I know because he
Yeah.
got into the church because of the what do you, not Mammy. I'm so sorry, y'all.
Mm.
The lady who used to watch him, Nanny.
Hmm.
That's how he got into the black church like that, is because
Right.
he enjoyed it when he went with her. But I still question it. That girl over there in South, Sandra Lane over there in South Africa. Both of her parents was white too, and she was supposed to be white, but she was very much so looking black.
Oh
So
boy.
you just never
Oh
know.
boy.
But yeah, I always question that, and then I just found it so interesting that he adopts his first child is black that he adopts, and he names him Jim Jones and not the. But I mean, I don't know. That's just me. That's just me
Yeah.
throwing out theories.
Yeah. No. No. But see his. But you have to understand Jim Jones, like his agenda, and adopting a black child fit into his agenda. You look at all them pictures of all those people when they was out there in that field when they overhead shot, that famous shot after everything was all over with. When you look, most of those people are black. And
Oh yeah.
the reason why is because what Jim Jones did was he came along at a time when white people were not speaking up for black people. So when we talk about white people using their power to help black people, that's what he did. But this was in the 60s. Nobody was doing that. So he came along and he was paying water bills, he was paying light bills, and people were looking at him like, wow, this white guy actually has our back. So when you get people's hearts and not their heads, you can keep them for life. And that's what he did. He captured black people's hearts and he made them seem like he was an ally. And trust me, at that point in time, we ain't had no allies. Our allies were few and far between outside of Dr. King, Malcolm, those names that we know of. But like we ain't had no white people speaking up for us like that. So when Jim Jones comes along and all of a sudden it's like, here's some, let me he would go down to the city hall if there was somebody was trying to get kicked out of their house. He would tell them that it wasn't right. He was doing all the advocate stuff, but it was a trap because he knew how to capture black folks, and he knew that once he got them, he literally had them captured. And so the whole thing with adopting the he had a little black, he named his black son Jim Jones Jr. and the white boy's named Steven. And I always thought that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like Jim Jones Jr. is a black dude and Steven is the other one. So like, but then if you look at it, after everything is all said and done, Jim Jones Jr. got to wear that man's name for the rest of his life. And Steven is good. You see a Steven Jones, you don't think nothing about Jim. But you see Jim Jones Jr., you like, oh boy. Here he come.
There have been so many things, and I keep saying I'm going to explore one day his because they used to say, as many white people did say in the day, if you liked or sympathized black people or hung around them, you were a communist. Mm-hmm. And they literally said that he was a spy for Cuba. But I never went down the road of that conspiracy theory. And I keep saying I'm going to. Have you heard that before?
I have not. But the one thing that I would tell you about the whole Jim Jones thing is that the CIA was looking at him. There's no way the CIA or the FBI, but there's just no way that they were monitoring Malcolm and Martin and didn't have an eye on Jim Jones. They definitely had an eye on Jim Jones because if you think about it, the purpose of them watching Malcolm and Martin was that they were leading black people. They were religious people leading black people, right? Jim Jones was another religious person that was leading black people. And so they had a real eye on him. And there's and I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all, but if you look at what happened down there, they're saying that there's a lot more people that were never found. Like that number count, the number of people that went down there and the number of people that they reported back is completely off. And they said that the FBI has something to do with that whole thing. It is a good rabbit hole to go down because a lot of it is actually substantiated and it makes sense.
Now, I became interested in him because where I live, this is where anytime a disaster like that happens or someone in the military dies or whatever, their bodies come to our base because it's the largest morgue. But whether it's 900 bodies or just 2 bodies, they just come here. I don't know what it is. The president's always here, especially like during the war. They were always here. So I remember being a little girl and I could hear the planes flying because we didn't live on the base anymore. We lived off the base. And our house, the way it's set, was near where the planes would have to go past just to get to the flight line. And you would just hear them flying over. And then because the bodies went to the base, you would hear a lot of people with different stories of what they saw or how it smelled. They said it really smelled bad out there on the base because of the bodies. And my friend's dad was the mortician out there. And actually one of the teachers that taught at my school was, and, they had stories, I was little, I was a kid, but, you just heard stories. So I always became interested because I didn't know, I'm little, I don't know what a Jonestown is, but I remember seeing it on the news. And then, why do the planes were just constantly coming. I mean, I think that they had more than one. They had like a rotation of 3, I believe, because you just constantly heard them. And they were talking about how upsetting it was to see the babies and everything. So that's what got me not just into that story, but documentaries and cults and true crime as a whole, just being that little girl and remembering that. Hey, Shelly C, how you doing? So that's how I got into it. And I keep saying that I'm going to do something on that, but I want to do something different. Like if I'm going to talk about Jim Jones, I want to bring something different to the table other than what we've already heard. But one of the saddest things, even though the whole thing was sad,
Mhm.
one of the saddest things I heard was his son said the only reason why he was still alive, I guess both children, is that they were on a basketball tournament over there. So
Mhm.
they were in another place. They weren't there. And he talks about the white son, not the black one. When he got
Mhm.
back, he saw the woman. Apparently, when you went to Jonestown, before you like even got onto where the church and the fields were, there was this one house where this lady and her, I think she had 4 daughters or something,
Mhm.
lived. And she was like the dispatch. She like communicated down to the people who lived on the, I don't want to say
Right.
plantation, but that's pretty much what it was.
Right.
She communicated to them, and the son talked about how when they got back and found out everything that had happened, she had unalived her children
Yep.
using a sharp object, and
Yep.
then herself.
Yep. Piano
And I
wire.
just so that's just so terrible, so
Mhm.
terrible.
It is, and I think like that specifically is terrible. But if you think about just the psychology of how religion works in some cases, and the way that people wield that power over people, and it's almost happening. I mean, in 2024, it is still happening. I ain't gonna lie. It still happens, and it's always rooted in God. You know what I mean? Like these people come at you and they say, like the idea of somebody like Koresh saying that he was Jesus, right? He was God himself, and people actually believing it is just and that wasn't that long ago. So it's not out of the range of possibility that people can still do that and be led into that. I'm not going to say fall for it, because fall for it means that it's a trick, right? I'm going to say led into it because there is a psychology behind why people join cults and stay in cults and follow
Hmm.
cult leaders. And there's a whole thing behind that. So to fall for something is an indication of like ignorance, like, oh, well, you should have known better. But to to find yourself into something like that, there are ways that people can do that and make it convincing and have people stay exactly where they are and do exactly what they say to do.
Another cult leader that I watch, and I actually just learned something that I don't think I knew was Yahweh Ben Yahweh. But
Hmm.
what I did not know is that apparently he had, they talked about all of the different, how he would just go around to the hood and stuff and would buy like low income housing and all this kind of stuff and kick the people out. I
Hmm.
didn't know that. But on the documentary that I saw on him, I'm gonna get to him too. But I did not know that this man, they talked about how he had millions and millions and millions in property. And I
Hmm.
never knew that. I did not know that.
Hmm.
So I will be doing something. And I don't understand. And I guess you can say cult leaders are a little bit narcissistic, I guess, because why do all of them think that they have the right to other people's women, and then some of them even move on to children? And I don't understand that. I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, because if you think about it, you have to be a narcissist to be able to say that you God. I'm God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? That's the ultimate. Like, that's the ultimate sign of narcissism is that I'm your God. Worship me, or God
Hmm.
has told me to tell you to worship me. You know what I mean? Like, that's narcissism on 10. But I think people, it takes a certain type of person in a certain mindset to to be led that way, because even like what's the name of the documentary, y'all? I'm gonna say it wrong, but Eat Sleep Pray, or Be Good, or Eat Sleep Eat, whatever the name of that documentary on Netflix is. Do you know Sleep Well Be Pretty, whatever the name of it is? And when you think about what this man had these girls do, and had these these children, you know what I mean? It takes something for a parent to say, yeah, go with him, you know
Right, right.
go with him. knowing what's about to happen to your child, you know, go with him. You can be his wife at 14. You know what I mean? And not think anything wrong with it. There, you have to be in a certain really vulnerable place in your own psyche in order for that to even make sense to you. You know, so yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon. I've always been interested in it. Like Jim Jones happened when I was a kid, and like you know how when you're a kid and your parents watch the news and you see news
Mm-hmm.
clipping, and I'm not really comprehending what it is I'm watching on the news. I just know I remember as an adult seeing those images and remembering seeing those images as a kid.
Right. Right. And the I saw this when I was little, but it hit me different when I got older and understood when they were and I think it was in the movie I saw. They had the little babies, they were babies, so they couldn't drink the Kool-Aid. So they had this like a little syringe type thing. You know how you give
Hmm.
them the
Hmm.
medicine. That's how they gave the babies the Kool-Aid. And I I mean, I didn't know that until like I saw the movie, and I'm like,
Hmm.
wow, that is just what. How can a mother do
Hmm.
that? And then they had said that also that some of the little ones that were still breathing, the guards just went by and shot them. But what I can't quite put together in my head is, okay, so if you ran, you got shot. If
Hmm.
you you know didn't drink the concoction, they got you. Who was the last man standing? Like,
So,
where, like the people who went to shoot up the people at the airport.
mhm.
Okay, they did that, and then I guess when they got back to the place, they took care of those people. Where did they go? Did they unalive themselves, or did they just kind of just move on with life? What
And
happened to
this
those
is
people?
this is why I say you have to go down the FBI and the CIA rabbit hole, because when you ask that question, now you have to really account for those people. There was no real accounting for those people except by the people who were moving them out of Jonestown. Okay, so if you
Hmm.
think about it, you really have to say there had to have been somebody else involved in this in order for any of this to make sense,
Hmm.
because they were saying that the majority of the people had syringe marks in their arms and in their legs. So that means that they were not ingesting this, because we've been told the narrative, right? The narrative of they drank the Kool-Aid, which by the way, it was Flavor Aid because Jim Jones was a cheap son of a bitch. So, but it wasn't. He was gonna save them 10 cents. Um, but it was that they drank the Kool-Aid, which a lot of them did. But when you actually read the reports of what actually they found the bodies, when they examined the bodies, they had syringe marks in them, meaning they were injected. And so, just
Mm.
like it wasn't just the babies, it was the adults too. Not everybody down there was down with the plan, but that's what we've been told. So we kind of go along with that. We make the joke about drinking the Kool-Aid, but it wasn't that simple. There was another nefarious act going on with that. And again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist person, but when I got into like looking beyond what the news and what the media had told me about Jonestown, I was like, huh, really? That makes more sense, because like you said, there had to have been people involved would get, like, how everybody gone, everybody gone, everybody.
Right.
No, that just ain't making no sense. So yeah, going down that rabbit hole, you'll find that there's a lot more information that they didn't tell us. um that they didn't tell us.
Now we are getting a lot of comments. And first, hey, I said what I said. She said that J. Edgar Hoover was black. I had heard that. I had heard that. I don't know how true it is, but that is something that I definitely heard. Now, a lady, 747, said the psychic Sloan Bella says mass unalivings are done for rewards in the spirit world. Um, I try not to talk about my beliefs on here because, I know they differ from people. But I would say this about Sloan Bella. I thought the thing that she did with Kim Porter about Kim Porter was a little suspicious. And then I've seen her do other readings, like after OJ Simpson left us, he came and told her that he did unalive what's her name? His wife that he was married to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh why did he go tell her? I mean, you
First of
mean
all,
to tell me he bypassed all of the there are no black psychics out there that he could have went to tell? He had to tell Sloan Bella.
I'm
So
sorry.
that's when I was like, she crazy than a bed bug. I'm sorry. And
I'm
and
sorry.
then she's also looking strange here lately. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. I ain't need to get that from Sloan Bella. OJ did that shit. I mean, if we gonna keep it a buck, okay? We gonna keep it a buck on a Friday night. OJ did that shit. I mean, if you think about it, let's be real. Let's be real. Now, when we was in the 90s, we with Sonya, right? We in the 90s, okay? And we in the 90s, and we are black people, and we see this black man, and he is being arrested by them white cops, and we are upset, okay? We mad. OJ ain't do that. We gonna free OJ, okay? In the 90s, it made perfect sense. Now, if we are being completely real about everything that happened after that, OJ did that shit. I'm saying I was with y'all in 1994, 5, whenever this was. I was with y'all. I was, okay. I was with y'all. But 2020 something, I was like, wait, hold on. He did what? And then he said what? And then he wrote a book about what? this Negro went on TV talking about, if I
He
did
didn't
it,
know when
here's
to
what I
quit.
would have did, but I ain't really do it. Nigga, what? So if we gonna keep it a buck tonight on a Friday night in August, okay? OJ did that shit. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
A lady, she said that she's talking about this theory that's out that his son did it. The son by the black wife.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah, no,
know,
I heard it. I
that's
heard that
being
theory.
explored and everything too.
I heard that
And
theory, but the problem is this. The problem is that, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I don't know if y'all get into. I know we was talking about documentaries before, but I don't know if y'all get into sports documentaries. But there's a ESPN sports documentary called O.J. Simpson, Made in America. Okay, and if y'all ain't never seen this documentary, it is fascinating. ESPN did it. It's on. Let me see, where did I see it at? It might still be on Netflix. It's like 4 or 5 parts. It's awesome. Now, here's one thing I'm gonna get from this documentary that I watched. Okay, they got this lady, this old black lady. Now, I don't know if she was an old black lady when she was on the jury, but she was an old black lady when they interviewed her. They asked this lady point blank. They they asked this lady point blank, did you say OJ didn't do it? Did you acquit him because of Rodney King? That lady looked at the camera and said, yep. I was like, oh my. We ain't even looked at no evidence. She ain't say, let me think about it. She ain't say, no, not because of that. That lady looked at the camera and said, yep. I was like,
well,
okay.
that's why because at work, because this is where we were. This is the first and last time I can ever remember us watching TV at work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's listening to the verdict, and next door to my office was the Child Protective Investigation Unit, and all of them were black except for one person. And the cheering that I heard going on, and you saw the one white lady that worked in that office walking out in tears, along with the 2 people who worked in my office crying. And
Mm-hmm.
I said to him, I said, you just don't understand. This is a black man, and even with fabricated, not only did they have evidence, they also had some fabricated evidence. He still got off. I said, it's unfortunate that someone was unalived. It's very unfortunate, but that's not what we're looking at. This is like
Mm-mm.
that is a justice for all of us who have ever been wrongfully convicted or justly convicted. The fact that this black man got off because he's not really black, he's OJ.
Right.
And it
Right.
just, we were just delighted that somebody of color got away with something. So that's
We
how we was
didn't.
looking at it.
We ain't even know what DNA was back in 1994. We ain't know what
Nope.
DNA, what Dana, who was talking about my friend Dana down the street? No, DNA. We ain't know what that was. And now they talking about, oh, the DNA shows this, and we ain't care. Well, these drops of blood could only belong to OJ. We ain't care.
And
We
then
ain't care.
we further justify our foolishness when, oh, what was his name, Mark Furman. Now he's done been disgraced, so he's out in the woods with a militia writing what you call them, manifestos and stuff, and really wanting to get rid of the black folks.
Listen, if Mark Furman wasn't one of the funniest things to ever happen in all of court history, in the history of court, period, Mark Furman was the funniest thing to happen. And F. Lee Bailey, a legend, a litigating legend, set this man up like no other. I mean, set him up. Have you ever used the N-word, Mr. Furman? No. Oh, not that I remember. Well, are you saying you don't remember using the N-word, or I've never used it? Okay. All right. Play the tape. Nigga, 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 nigga. I was like, Lord. Lord. They set this man up. I mean, the whole thing, nigga, 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 and then we said the nigga, 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 and then we put the blood on the nigga, nigga, nigga. I'm like, oh man, this is bad. Oh, this bad.
Yeah, and then we got like the biggest line of all times. This will forever go down in the Hall of Fame. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. I mean, we had everything we wanted. It gave us all that it was supposed to give. And people just don't realize that it's not so much that we really, really thought he was innocent. Now, me personally, now my theory is this. I don't believe he did it himself. I believe somebody did it for him. He paid somebody, but I don't believe that he did it himself. I don't see that. And I never understood how you can get rid of two people at the same time. It would seem to me somebody could get away. So I just don't think that he did it. I think somebody else did it. But nevertheless, he did it.
OJ, after he got off, told everybody he did it. Okay, and he ain't just do it like I did it.
No,
he was like, let me show y'all how I'm gonna do this.
No, he said he said, if I did it, this is how I would have done it.
Now here's your homework assignment. Okay, your homework assignment is this: go look at. There are some guys on YouTube that study body language. Okay, that's all they do, and their videos are fascinating. All right, I mean, absolutely fascinating, because there's like 4 guys, and what they do is they'll take an interview, because they did the guy that was accusing Will Smith of that he went on Tasha K. He was accusing Will Smith of like, I don't know, being gay or whatever. I don't know, but they broke him down. They broke down like R. Kelly. Like their videos are incredible. They did OJ, and they did the show. OJ actually did a television show where he was interviewed about the book, and they broke down his body language when he started to describe the incident. Okay, that's the part of the video you got to see. When they show his body language and the way that he's moving his hands and the different things, his tells, and when he's lying, if you watch that, I guarantee you will walk away from that video saying that man did that night.
And
I guarantee it.
The bad part about all of it, okay, you done did something that most black folks can't do. You done got away with unaliving somebody. And then you go off and get yourself thrown in jail. What is it, Vegas? For stealing stuff? I mean, your stuff, your memorabilia, the things you said were yours. I mean, come on, OJ.
But that's the difference between, but in Harmon, you are absolutely correct. When he tells the story, there is another person involved. And they were saying that he wasn't. So the title of the book was If I Did It, right? And it's supposed to be this made up story, right? But when he tells it, when he talks about it, he's talking about it in the first person as if he is there. And his body language, if I'm telling you a story, my body language is not going to reflect as if I'm involved in the story. Like my heart rate, all that stuff is going to remain because I'm just telling you a story. But if I'm reliving an incident that I was involved in, my body language is completely different. He gave the
Right.
body language of somebody that was involved, not just telling a made up fictitious story. And everything from his facial expressions to the way he moved his hands, OJ did that. And I think the importance of us knowing where we are in this American society, I think OJ is a poignant tell of that, because what OJ shows you is that if you're not grounded and rooted in your blackness and understanding that you just beat a case that most of us, like you said, would not get away with, right? Most of us would sit our black asses down. Not OJ,
Hmm.
because see, OJ thought he was beyond black. So he was beyond it. So he thought, well, I'm finna go bust up and eat people and I'm finna go get my Heisman Trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bruh, you can't do that. You cannot do that. No, And so yeah, that's how he got caught up, was because he didn't understand where he was in this white society that we live in.
Well, I want to, first of all, let me say hello to Black Lady Love. I saw her come in the building. I saw Queen Black enter the chat.
Love
And
that man.
then we have the only wit man. I haven't seen you for a minute. How are you doing? And then I want to look at some of these comments because there were some good ones. One of which being um who was that, Shay B? Talking about reading about serial killers and Helter Skelter. And let me tell you, and y'all, come on now, we're being grown and we're just expressing ourselves. I honestly never felt that Charles Manson should have been put in jail for life like that. I'm sorry, I just don't. I I know, he told people to unalive people and they
Mm-hmm.
did it.
He sure did.
He didn't do it. Now, when I say that, my sister tells me I'm crazy because that man was a nut. And,
Mm-hmm.
he very well might have been, but I just think they did. I don't know. I just, mm. And then, somebody brought up the Descendants on Netflix is a good documentary to
Yes,
watch.
that's the one I couldn't think of the name of. Yeah, that's yes. Sandy's right.
I
Yes.
I have that in my list. I have it on my list, but I haven't watched it yet. But I do intend to watch it. And I said what I said. Was that you? Somebody bought it. What was his name? Was it wasn't Malcolm Little. That was Malcolm X. No, Sam Little. Sam Little, I think it is. Can't find the comment or who said it, but um he, I don't know if you've heard of him. He killed from, if somebody knows who I'm talking about, put it in the chat because I forgot how many decades this man was going around unaliving women. But the thing that got me is when they got him and he was able to sit there. He could remember who he unalived from all that time, and he drew accurate pictures of
Mm.
them. Now, if you've seen him, I know several people have done stuff on him on YouTube. The man, if you talk to him, you would think you're talking to a charming older man. You would not know you were actually talking about a serial killer.
Mm.
So, but the fact that he sat down, and he was able to draw the pictures of these women, it was just it was mind-boggling to me. And he was doing this when he was with this lady. I think he was with the older woman that he was shacked up with for a few years, and he would just go around to different states, and that's just what he did. And it took all those years. Okay, Shay B said 93 people from 1970 to 2005. That,
Jeez.
yeah, yeah, and I'm telling you, he was back drawing. So he had some folks that he had unalived in the 70s that he was drawing. Yes, I did her, and he just drew the picture, and it was the person that he's just unbelievable. And I'm gonna tell you another cult leader. The whole thing for so many different reasons. I was fascinated by his story. I don't know his name, but he's there or was there in Georgia. He might be in jail now. I'm not sure. I can't quite remember. But they had their own little city in Georgia, and they built some of the building structures were in the shape of pyramids. Does
Hmm.
anybody know who I'm talking about? Him. And the FBI for many years were trying to get him because they thought it was just a lot of horrible things going on. And there were some women who came forward that had left, that escaped the cult, and also his son. And his son talked about what really turned him against his father is he caught him with a little boy. And
Mm.
that's when he really knew that his father was full of it. And yeah, so the man must be in jail because they went down there and raided him. If you've ever seen a documentary, the folks in Georgia was not having it because the
Hmm.
people that came down there, they dressed funny. And the people in Georgia, this one white man, he's like, I just didn't know what to think of them, didn't know what to make of them. They dressed a little weird, but I just didn't know what to make of them. Very interesting story. But women women knew what he was doing to these little children. They were okay with it. I think one girl, one lady, she came into the cult with her mother.
Hmm.
And as a child, his mother, he messed with her, and the mother allowed it. And when she got old enough, she left. They started off in New York. And I think
Hmm.
the reason how he ended up in Georgia is because he was running from the law in New York. So he went down there and had this land, and stuff was looking like pyramids. And I often wonder if
Hmm.
the buildings are still standing, but I can't remember his name, and I cannot remember um, what part of Georgia it is. But the white folks really wasn't feeling him.
Right.
Um, Let me see, what else do we have up in here? We got good comments. Now look, y'all talking about books and movies. I want to tell y'all, it took me when Beloved came out. I wanted to read that book so bad, and I picked it up. Toni Morrison is another author who I cannot follow, and it's not because she uses bad, the grammar that
Hmm.
we used back then. It's because I don't know. I think maybe she's just a little bit too descriptive. Oh, she stabbed him with the butter knife, but it wasn't just any butter knife. It was a silver butter knife, and the design were just ever so, and it had the monogram. And I'm like, oh, Tony, tell us what happens. Come on. But I tried to read Beloved when first couldn't do it. Then I had heard Oprah Winfrey was going to make it into a movie, so I got it again. Still couldn't read it.
Mm.
Then somehow or another, I was in the bookstore because I used to hang out there,
Hmm.
like weird people like me do. And I found the Cliff Notes. So I said, let me read the Cliff Notes. Well, that was even worse. So
Hmm.
I saw the movie. And then after I saw the movie about twice, I was able to go back and read the book and understand what was going on in the book. That was a very good book, and I enjoy the movie better. I don't know why, but I just do. But it just, and I maybe because it made sense to me after I saw the movie. But I enjoyed that one. But a horrible one that was made. I love books. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of um, Dorothy West. I believe she was one of the Renaissance writers too. But she had um, a book called The Wedding, and I love that book. I read it twice. I read it, got to the end, and I read it all over again. And then Oprah Winfrey did it into a movie, and I have never been so disappointed with that. And another book I read that I was so into was Daughters of the Dust. I loved that book.
Hmm.
And then I saw the movie and I said, what the hell? So, but those were good books to read. They really were. Now, somebody, was that Queen Black? Was that you who said something? Or Black Lady Love was talking about Octavia
Octavius,
Butler.
yeah, Octavia Butler, yeah.
Now, I don't is she, I don't know if she's the one. I've read several of her books, but there's a series H on Hulu, and it's based on one of her books that where this woman and it's her and a white guy that she met, and they end up traveling. They somehow or another they end in a time warp, and they end up back on the plantation, and that's a very interesting show, and I can't wait for them to do the season two. She died. That was October. She when did she die? I did not. Are you talking about Octavia Butler died or the woman in the series died? Because she didn't die in the series. I don't think. I only saw one, and she was still trying to get out. Because I think the white guy got out, but she didn't. Something like that. But it's a good. It was. It's a good. It's a good series, and I do enjoy reading about her. Let me see. I think I guess we're caught up, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to stay on top of these comments a little bit better than what I have been doing tonight. But oh, a lady, you read Daughters of the Dust. I love that. I really loved that book. Look, another favorite book that I started reading again, and I thought about Kindred. That's it, Queen Black. That's what it's called, Kindred. Another book that I was thinking about doing a book club, but I don't know what people would want to read or anything, or if people would even be interested. So that's why I haven't done that yet. But that is something that I do um, want to do. So y'all could just, I mean, people can kind of just, maybe I'll do a post one day and see what people think and how people feel about having something like that. Now, somebody else who I read, and it might not be for everyone's taste. I used to love, and it broke my heart when he passed away. I used to love Elin Harris. Now, them books ain't for everybody, but when I picked up an Elin Harris book from start to finish, I have that book in. I'm talking, I'm driving down the highway, commuting back home from work, and at each traffic light, I'm picking up the book, trying to read a little bit. That's just how deep those books go for me. But has anybody ever read The Coldest Winter Ever? It's by Sister Soldier. If you have not read that, that is a very good another book. I think that book is 500 pages. I read it in a day and a half. That's a very good book. And now, years ago, Will and Jada supposedly bought the rights to it and was going to turn it into a movie, but that has not happened. And I'm disappointed in that too, because I really, really would have loved to see that. Yeah, After Midnight was good too. I like her stuff. I like so far she's done good with her writing. So yeah, we have talked about everything but this phone call. We were listening. Know how we got on cults and readings and all of that stuff. I don't know. I don't know. But we have certainly gone far left with
Well,
everything.
you know how they say the body heals itself. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes your mental heals itself. Like you listen to this dude talk, you listen to the way he verbalizes and expresses himself, and then your mind is just like, no, I'm going to think about something on a higher level. I'm going to heal myself from nesto speak. That's what that is. That's how we did that, and that's the reason why. So we have cleansed our mental palate. You see what I'm saying? You know how they got the coffee beans in the Bath and Body Works? That's what we just did. This was our coffee beans. so
I
that way
think
we
I
can function.
I think I think we went left. You got confused about how many different ways he had to send something to his
I was,
attorney.
that man said I sent the email, I bounced it to his lawyer, to the office, and back to him, and now I'm still on the news. Can you help me get off the news? What the hell? Okay, Mr.
From the
Williams, we'll call you back.
iPad.
We'll call you back, Mr. Williams. Okay, no problem. All right, bye.
You know how if a bill collector calls you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And or somebody calling you that you really are not feeling, and they're telling you something, you're writing it down, you're going but you're really not writing it down, you're just going that's what that secretary was given. She was given
Yeah,
okay,
but see,
okay.
but I'm gonna give her props because she do it like I do it when I'm at work. I'm gonna make you feel like you the most listened to person. Oh wow. Like I'm gonna throw in a oh wow. Oh wow. I'm gonna throw that in every now and then when I feel a surprise. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh wow. See, I'm gonna give you the slow. I'm gonna go. You gonna feel like that dude heard everything I said. Meanwhile, I am trying to Candy Crush or do something on my phone while you talking. But but you told look, you done told me all this stuff, and I done made you feel like I heard you. So then at the end of the day, the people like thank you. I'd be like thank you, no, thank you for calling. Jeez, I don't know what I would have did if you hadn't called me today. Oh my goodness.
You know
Yeah.
what? They used to call at work to complain about their caseworkers or whatever, and they would say, let me speak to your supervisor. Well, my workers would be like, "Oh, you want to speak to my supervisor? Okay." Get on the phone and they're just complaining about what their worker won't do, and they didn't do what they were supposed to do anyway, so that's why the worker won't do what you wanted to do. And they'd be like, well, I don't like your attitude either. And you're supposed to be the supervisor. I'm calling the governor. Do you want his number? Because if you don't have it, I'll be more than glad to give it to you. Oh, and that would really piss them off. That would really piss them off. But
Yeah. No, they listen. I had the role of supervisor. Okay, I did that, and my people would be excited whenever somebody would say they wanted to speak to a supervisor. Now it was a pain to me, but I understood why they thought it was entertaining. So they would be like, everybody wanted me to handle their escalated call, and I would be like, why? And they would be like, just do it, and I'd be like, all right. So then I get the phone. And I understood the entertainment factor because I'm not really taking you serious, okay? Like I'm not really taking your anger serious because if you saw me in real life, you would not say this to my face. So I can't really take you serious. So I used to talk to them. I would calm them down, get them off the phone, make them feel like like they had done something, and we would come to the same conclusion that the person that handed me the phone came to. So but we did it in a way that they didn't know that's what we was doing. So there's a you play the game, you play the game, but yeah, you can always just make it entertaining at the same time.
Now, I had said I was going to be more on top of these comments and pay attention to what's going on in the chat. Now, Miss Mad About Music, you said, what is Dirty D?
Oh man, yeah.
Now, I know what Dirty D is, but maybe y'all was talking about something different in the chat, so I'm not going to assume.
Totally. They were not talking about Nesto. Totally something else. Yes.
Okay, okay.
I was following
Okay.
along. Yeah. I was following along.
Because was that you, Miss Mad About You? Somebody heard the live from the other night and had wrote in the comments, I'm not being funny, but for real, was a fluffer, right? So I had to answer them in the comments as as clean as I could, and that's what I did.
I mean, you were beautiful with it. Like you were. If Michelle Obama had been asked that same question, she would have answered it like you did. That's how good you were with that. You did that. Yes. You were Michelle Obama levels of class with that.
Well, Black Lady Love, let me tell you something. We are not going to be discussing Tubi movies on this night because the other night I sat up here and listened to Native convinced me to go on Tubi to watch
Hmm.
this movie called
Hmm.
Church. Now, I thought I had seen it before.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, I get on Tubi, and there are two movies named Church. The one I
Hmm.
had seen, and the one he has seen. And
Hmm.
the one he had seen, somebody did, he was being generous when he said iPhone. This was a flip phone, when flip phones came out that they filmed this on. And on top of the acting being bad, the daggone camera sometimes would like jump or shake, go out of focus. And
It
after
was.
a minute between that and this woman trying to lose weight, I said, uh-uh.
Now tell
So
me, now be honest. Didn't the bike scene take you out? The bike scene when he was trying to get her to ride the bike. th- th- Tell me that didn't take you out. I'm telling you, this movie is horrible. The bike scene took me out. Come on, get on the bike. Get on the bike. What you doing? You ain't never gonna lose this weight. I thought you just loved me for me. Why you thought that? Come on now.
that was awful.
Jeez.
I mean,
It bad.
it was the out of focusness for me because it was like,
Oh man.
I'm like, wait a minute, because y'all know I suffer from chronic migraine. So when things start jumping and become out of focus and looking all bleary in my Nesto's voice,
Mm-hmm.
I automatically assume, oh, I'm getting ready to get a migraine, but no, it was the movie. I'm like, how this is a still, the woman is sitting on the floor. She ain't moving. Why is the
Right.
camera? The
Right.
camera is moving. Like the person just all of a sudden went into the shakes or something like that while they were filming on this flip phone. I just did not
Listen,
understand that.
I said it was an iPhone. I ain't say which iPhone. It was like iPhone 2 or 3. Okay, like I ain't say which one it was. It was shot on the iPhone. Okay, like I mean, like the first one, like the Steve Jobs one, and he been dead for a minute. So the Steve Jobs one. Okay, like that's the iPhone that they shot that with. Now, now here's the other thing that got me about that movie, and by the way, I think it was Sanders RN that asked which movie it's called Church. That's the name of it, Church. That's
Not to be
that's not.
confused. Okay, the one he is referring to is called Church. The one that I'm referring to is called Church, both on Tubi. But the difference is the church that I was referring to says church, and then underneath it, it says the movie. So that's how you gonna
Yeah,
know you got the right one. Because
yeah.
mine is
This
Church,
ain't the
the
movie.
movie, and
This
his
ain't
is
the
just plain
movie.
old church.
This was
But
Church the Project. This was Church the Project. Like we just gonna try to get this done. The project. It wasn't. It don't even like it was planned or written. It was just Church the Project,
we gonna
and
get this done.
we gonna
We
get this
only
done.
gonna have one take. Get your
Listen,
lines right.
look. What lines? They ain't writing no script for this. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the one. Now, here's the other thing about that movie that you really got to pay attention to. What grown people you know get married, move into a house, and have twin beds? Who? What two people sleep in twin beds? Give me a couple.
Lucy and Ricky.
Wait, wait, y'all couldn't afford to get a bigger bed for this movie called Church. Y'all couldn't raise no money in the church to make the movie about church and get queen beds at least at minimum. They look ridiculous in them little baby infant beds. What are y'all doing in there looking like a crib? What is y'all doing?
But you know what killed me about that? Now this man is so discouraging telling her she gonna never lose that weight because he riding that bike. But he looked like I mean, if you just want to be honest, he looked like he needed to lose a few too. I was like, how rude. But that
Well,
was
yeah,
so
they couldn't even
terrible.
find they couldn't even find an in shape dude to be in the movie to have that one storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's a storyline about, about this guy, and he could at least be in shape.
Because it's definitely not giving what we got from Why Did I Get Married with Jill Scott and the police guy who was the personal trainer. It's not giving that at all.
Yeah, I mean,
Terrible.
yeah, I mean because at least at least Tyler Perry, he does try to cast somewhat correctly. These people was in some "Do you want to be in the movie" type stuff. Like, it was probably in the church program the week before. They probably was reading the church announcements and was like, "Reverend King is back into the hospital again. Let me see. This says this movie called Church is about to be shot. Anybody want to be in it?" It was that kind of vibe when you watch the cast. Anybody, Marcus, you say you want to be an actor, you want to be in it, Marcus, and Marcus was just in it. So
It
I,
it is
it didn't
the
give any
only
kind of.
movie where there was no script, no time to be at work. It didn't matter when and where they shot it, just as long as they got a little bit of church.
I was like, in the lighting, did you see how bad the lighting was in the whole movie? Like, you could barely see it. You
I was
gotta
curious, say what lighting?
you gotta adjust your TV brightness. I mean, this movie was bad. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen ever, man. I mean, and did you notice in the opening scene, the phone that they used to shoot the whole movie is in the first scene? I'm like, how did they do that? Man, this
You
was
know what
bad, yo.
I said, is this? I was like, is this the phone they used to film?
It is. Because they can't afford two phones. I just don't know how they got the shot of the phone in the shot. I don't know how they did that, but no. So let me let me answer a question about this. Yes, there is a church in the movie. The church is about the movie is about a church and its pastor and him cheating and all kind of malarkey that happens in the movie. But yes, to answer your question, I think it's Miss Mad About Music. Yes, there is a church involved in the movie. It is an awful, awful movie.
It's complicated. It said that Tubi is the new black Netflix.
Um, um, I guess you could say that. I mean, it's an easy entryway for people that's making movies. I know that, like, my movie that I'm trying to Black Lady Love. Let me just answer your question. Absolutely not. It is trash. It is absolutely trash. It is so trash. It is so trash. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Um, I would say, like, as far as like movie makers are concerned, yeah, there are a lot of low budget, especially here in Atlanta. Oh man, everybody's shooting a movie. So it's like, you can get your movie done and get it to a wide audience. I don't really have a problem with Tubi, the platform. My problem is that, like, if you gonna spend money, like my cameras are expensive, right? Like, I ain't shooting on nothing, nothing amateur. All my stuff is professional. If you gonna go out and buy this equipment and you gonna go out there and hire actors, let's do a script that we ain't never seen before. Let's do a story that's new or original. Or, Tubi, the platform, isn't responsible for the actual creators. So my issue is with the creators and just like the lack of creativity, or learn how to use your equipment so that way you can tell a cohesive story. Because when I'm watching and I see, like, there's a lamp from IKEA that's barely got a 40-watt bulb in it, I can't see what's going on. You got the sound is inconsistent from this person to this person, or you shooting in somebody's dining room and it's too small, and you could tell that it's too small. Like, when I'm seeing all these details, I'm like, come on, y'all, just do better. Like, I mean, it's not Tubi's fault. I'm not blaming Tubi at all, but I think that the creators just need to be like a little bit more creative, because a lot of this stuff, these plots and these, every movie's a gangster movie, and let's do some different stuff. Get some writers. Get that dude from down the block that is a good writer. Get him to help you write a scene. You don't have to do everything by yourself, you know. And I think that that's what, like, a lot of those movies suffer from. It's just poor quality, not necessarily being on Tubi.
A lady said Nesto was ahead of his time. His videos are perfect for Tubi. And
Man,
so is his story.
listen, that one thing that he did where he was jumping into the water like he was 8 years old. Yeah, I mean, he jumped into that water like he was 8 years old and just came out the house after it rained.
Y'all know Pork Chop Lamont shot that. Y'all know he did.
I want to know who edited it. That's all I want to know. Mm.
Pork Chop Lamont. What you
Nah,
talking about?
Lamont didn't know how to edit. That no, he don't know how to do that. No, you can't
Now,
you can't you can't convince me that Lamont the editor is a thing. No.
he probably could if he puts down the pork chop. Now Black Lady Love, that was Gail Bickham who shot the Green Waters because she was there. She shot that. Nah, and Lamont didn't do that one. Now, there are people. Now, I don't know if y'all are playing with me or what, wanting to know what a fluffer is. Are y'all playing with me? Are there really some people who don't know what a fluffer is? Even though, I was
Mm.
quite well an adult before I knew what one was. So if y'all are serious, I will explain what a fluffer is again. For inquiring minds who might want to know. Miss Mad About Music said, did anybody look up that director guy Sonya had on the phone with Nesto? I think if it wasn't in this chat, it was in somebody else's chat where I said what I said, looked him up, I believe. Or it was here because I was trying to think of his name, and she went and found it. So actually, if you're in here, I said what I said. If you're still here, can you get it? Can you see if you can find that again? Because I have no clue what that man's name was. I'm not even close that I can think of. But he I do know when I can remember it's he was a real guy and he does really have movies on Tubi. Um, I'm not I'm not gonna say. I mean, they're not bad. They're just not for me. I'll just say that. Black Lady Love. I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna tell what a fluffer is if people already know. Y'all just
Yeah,
gonna
I
get
can't.
me talking
Yeah, I
crazy.
can't tell. I think so. I think that's what it is. I think they just want you to hear because you were so eloquent with it. I mean, you classed it up. Like you made it sound like it was a legit like job. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you did. You did that, and I think maybe people just enjoyed listening to you explain what that was in the most classiest way possible. So I think that's what it is.
Okay, Shay Big. Look, in Harmon talk about she can't remember.
See?
Okay, now here's what a fluffer is. The male entertainers, they like to look full and, pumped up in their lower regions for when they go out to perform, their routine. So a fluffer does things to get him, fluffed up so that he is able to fill out that do they call it a g-string, men? I don't know. I just refer to it as the elephant cover upper, because it kind of after it gets fluffed, and the thing is looking like an elephant and all ready to go, they can go out and perform and they get a whole bunch of tips because they're
Look,
nice and fluffed, and then they pick up the women's and bounce them around it, and everybody has a good time. Now me, I'm not into that, but I just don't get the male stripper thing, but you know oh, I appreciate this man about music says yes, that was very classy.
What she ain't even got there yet. You ain't even got you got off script with this. You got off track. You gotta go in and tell them what the purpose. Go finish your
I
thing, girl.
did. I said so. They look all. They're filled up by the time they're ready to go out to perform. Like an elephant's trunk. Like that, and they can go out, and the women's will see this big piece of the package, and they will put more money in their little their nether regions, like that. That's all. That's what a fluffer does. She handles that so that he can go out and make his coins.
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
Har in Harmondon went from me telling her what a fluffer was to wanting to make sure she adds the right movie on Tubi
I'm gonna
named
tell you right.
Church.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know what's happening on in Harmon's side, but she having a good time tonight. That's all I can tell you. She done, she done found out what a fluffer is. She done got some Tubi movie to watch. She's having the best Friday. She is having a good one. This is good stuff. So yeah.
Black Ladies Love said, "Big up the beef." um, uh, Sanders RN says, "I've lived a very secluded life because I never heard of a fluffer in all my 42 years." Okay, now in Harmon, if you are on Tubi, you're going to see two movies. They're going to be side by side, and they're both going to say church. But the movie that he's referring to should be the first movie because the other one that's right beside it that says church is underneath the word church. You're going to see the movie. So that's the one. That's the halfway decent one with the all-star cast. The one with the irrelevant cast that he's talking about is just plain old church. So that's how
Church.
you know.
They ain't even have a budget for the title. It was just church.
And
They
and
not the church. Welcome to church. No, church. That was it. That was the name of the movie.
and you will also take note that in the movie that was filmed with the flip phone, it's a lot of like kind of discoloration in the cover. So when you look at the the little I guess it's a thumbnail when it's movies, I don't know, it's kind of faded, it's just not very much professional looking. So that's how you'll know you got the right one. Now,
Mm-hmm.
who said who is let me get my phone because somebody had done said, was that you, Shay B? Says she thought that they used a machine, a pump for that. No, they use real live women to do that.
Go and break it down. Go and break it down. Tell them what they do. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I am not telling that again.
Go ahead.
For
Tell them what they do.
anybody who don't know what a fluffer is, I'm tapped out. Hey, Libra 17. Is it Libra 7? Yeah, Libra. No, Sleepy Libra 17 and Life Unleashed. How are y'all doing? What a lady, no, a lady did. A lady that took it a step further. She said, or men.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you know.
I'm sure they do have male fluffers, but I don't know. Maybe I just am not thinking in that way, but I'm sure they have them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is Dirty? What is Dirty D? Is this a movie y'all talking about? Dirty D? Because the only Dirty D I know is the one that Nesto had when he was running that men's parlor down there. Now, whatever fluffs your butt? A lady 747. Oh, see, Shavy, don't worry because Miss Mad About Music, she thought that they used a pump too. No, they use people, and apparently, there are women who really like doing that, and they don't even get paid for it. They like to do it for free. If you really, really want to learn about the stripper world, you can go on um, BET Plus, where the one where all they got all them Tyler Perry shows, and watch
Mm.
all the Queen's Men. You'll learn a lot of stuff that you may not have known. Even I was just done when they hired the woman to strip in the male strip club. I was done. I was done. Oh, Dirty Detroit. Okay, yes. Okay, now I'm with y'all.
All right. Now I want you to look at the comment that In Harmon just put, and I want you to answer her question. Okay. I want to see how you handle this one. Go ahead. Go ahead. How you gonna
Now,
answer In Harmon? She's curious.
okay, now I'm not saying I know this for sure,
Okay. Here we go.
but they put the ring on
Mm-hmm.
first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the fluffer comes in and does her fluffing. And
Mm-hmm.
when everything's nice and fluffed and pumped up,
Mm-hmm.
all they have to do is slide on that G string thingy. But that's how they get the ring on there. It's done before they are fluffed. That's what I had heard.
Okay, so how does that work? See, and then Sanders RN, and Sanders is RN, and she a nurse.
What's the
She trying
ring?
to figure out. She trying to figure out the biology of this. Now, this woman has been through education after education, and she know. So go on and break it down. Go on and break it down. Tell her how it works. Go ahead.
Well, the ring, it's on, they put now I think, and I'm not sure, but I think that ring is there because I guess once it's fluffed up, it helps it to stay fluffed. And I
Okay.
guess that's the point of the ring. So
Mm.
good night. I said what I said. Have a nice night. Um, so that's what I think the purpose of the ring is for. I don't see any other reason why it would need to be there. So that's
Mm.
got to be it. And I think it also helps them stay fluffed longer. So
Okay. Now, Ms. Mad About Music says she has questions. And Ms. Mad About Music, you are in the right chat for this. Go ahead, go on with your questions, because we have an expert here, and
life unleashed. Life unleashed said, Lord, what ring? Well, in order to understand that life unleashed, you have to get to the right portion of the body. It's the man's nether region where the ring goes. You are here listening to Nighttime Talk with Native and Legacy Moon.
Yeah, this Legacy Moon After Dark. Y'all thought it was y'all thought it was a game. She got the knowledge right here, and I'm just here for the ride.
Now, I just got a question. Now, this I don't know if the ring is visible. I don't know, because I don't. Seeing male strippers just is not for me. I don't understand it, so I really can't say that. But whether you can see it or not. But I just on some things I had seen, like maybe a movie or a picture or two. I never noticed the ring. Um, we got another question. Did somebody say is that the male organ? Does it sit on the bottom or the top of the male organ? Well, it depends.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I guess it would be the top because it has to be slid on there before it's fluffed. So I have 4 questions. I am not Dr. Ruth. I'm just telling you some things I have heard and seen. That's
Wait.
all.
Hold on. Life Unleashed, what that mean? Because of my presence, that it's a naughty nighttime. I'm here. I am here for intellectual discussions with an amazing chat, and that's my purpose. That's why I'm here. Why I make it naughty? I ain't do nothing. I'm not Tretch. I'm not naughty by nature. I don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, Life Unleashed. All I know is the other night we was up here. What were we doing? Oh, we were reviewing a call, which I can't tell you what it was because we stopped. We just got on all kinds of other things. So I really can't tell you what the call was about. We was only half listening anyway. And very much so, like tonight, we tried to watch some celebrity scam fish. I see that comment, the only whip, talking about Legacy and Moons is telling freaky tales.
Like Too Short.
We started reviewing we tried to do some celebrity scam fish, but it was acting up, the video was. So I said, well, we'll move on to part 2 of our show where we review our real life couple scam fish. But it just I don't know. Here we are. We are talking about all sorts of things that have nothing to do with Nesta, only because Native could not understand how Nesto had to send.
That man said, I sent the email to the office and then to him and then to his desk and then it went to the lady and then the other lady got it. Now can you get me off the news?
And she was like, yeah, sure, Mr. Williams. Okay, I'll make sure I give him the message. You know, and that's the last thing I remember.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Mr. Okay. Okay, Mr. Williams. Okay. 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 Now, and let me just tell y'all, nasty NATO does not have a good ring to it. That's not a good. That doesn't roll off the tongue well at all. So we ain't even finna go there. That's not a thing. Okay.
Plus,
I am here.
he's so much more than that. So, we can't give him that because
I
he's so
am.
much more than that.
Look, I am a Renaissance man. Okay, I am a Renaissance man. I am just a highbrow Negro that's just trying to make it through the day. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all.
So once again, I have invited Native up here to do a reaction with me, and we have not reacted to anything.
I mean, I think we have. I think we have reacted. I think this is the reaction. Yes.
We have found out who was that? Is that real? She has a thing for Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah.
Who is that? Somebody else has a thing for what's his name? Joe Jackson. I mean, we are finding out some things about people. That's what we're doing. We are getting to know each other. That's what we're doing.
And I want to say again. I want to say again. This is Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries. It's a mystery what you gonna get when you come in this chat. It's a mystery what we gonna talk about. You think it's going one way, and then it's gonna go a whole other way, and you ain't even see it coming. So that's the beauty of Legacy Moon True Crime and Mysteries. That was on purpose.
Exactly. There you go. See, that is right on point. You are so right. Who is this? Shay B still got questions.
She sure do.
How you doing? Hey, let's talk about it all. How you doing? Okay, so I think I can answer that. I don't. I think they take you up to where you're almost about to explode, but you don't exactly. That's what I think happens.
Oh, what? What?
That's what I'm thinking.
KB, come on, KB. What did it take for you to get to that question? What process in your brain got you to where you asked that question? Because there's some things that happened before. Come on, Shay, what you doing on a Friday night over there? Come on now.
The only way said I'm in the mood, Legacy. Look, I'm just answering the questions that the people have. That's all I'm doing.
That's all you can do, man. I mean, these are some good questions. I mean, you are fielding these questions amazingly. I have to give you your props.
Hey, listen. When how old was I? I might have been in my mid to late 20s when my mother said, "You know what?" I said, "What?" She said, "I didn't know that Mary Jane was for marijuana." And I said, "Yes, yes, it is." She said, "I didn't know that." And then she said, "So that song Rick James has, was he talking about a woman or was he talking about marijuana?" I said, "He was talking about marijuana." She said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." And then she was ever too fascinated when I remember we had to start learning. I'm not exactly sure why, but in our jobs, they decided that we needed to know how to put condoms on. Now, I was not, I'm not a worker in that field. So why they felt like we needed to know this, I don't know. So we go to training and everything. My mom worked for the same agency that I did. And so then she says, you know, they put those condoms on those bananas, but did you know they make colored condoms? I said, yeah, yeah, I knew that. And she said, and they make them in flavors too. Did you know that? I said, yeah, I had heard.
So Okay. So all right. So let me ask you this: did she whisper it to you?
Well, no, she was asking me, but you know how my voice was pretty much going high and low. That's how hers was going.
Because see, like people of a certain generation, when it comes to stuff like that, you could be in the room by yourselves, like just y'all. They gonna whisper that they got them in flavors too. They gonna do that because
Well,
because
see,
I think they think that the Lord is listening. They like we they got they got them in flavors too. Don't tell nobody. You
but
know.
the even funnier part was when she said, "I wonder why." You know why they have the flavors. She's like, "I
Wow.
wonder why."
Yeah, because you know, a
I
certain
don't know.
yeah, it's a certain
She said,
generation.
she was just some of them glow in the dark. I was like,
Mhm.
no, I'm looking
Mhm.
at her like, I don't know nothing about any of that stuff. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she was trying. That was a purity test.
Oh, wait a minute. A lady, or do they make some that uh they melt in your mouth? Or, is that for real? For real? Because see, I didn't know that. I did not know that. Look, my mom went. My mom was how old? She was 75 when she passed, right?
Mm.
And she had her little church friends, and every week they would go see a movie. Now, just imagine how I felt when she comes home, and I said, What did y'all watch?" And she says, "Oh, we went to see Straight Outta Compton." I
Mm.
said, "What?"
Mm. On
My sister
purpose?
was, yes. Oh,
Mm.
yes. She went to go see Listen, by the before my mom died, I don't know, she got hip. You know, she would always tell me. One day we were sitting there, and she's like, you know, um, this was when I still had my house. She said, you know, I I like that Ti. I said, who is Ti? She said, Ti, you know, Tip. I said,
Mm.
what? I said, well, what is that? Who? He's a rapper. You don't know him?
Mm.
Mm-mm. No, I don't
Man,
know him.
and then I like the idea of them trying to shame you for like not knowing, like you
I
know,
know, right?
like I am older than you. How do I know this and you don't? I remember my mom went to an Anthony Hamilton concert and didn't know who Anthony Hamilton was, and I was just like. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you ask my mama right now, call her right now and ask her who her favorite singer is, she gonna say Anthony Hamilton. Cause she said she had a great time. And I'm like, Mom, I ain't even been to an Anthony Hamilton concert, but she was like, well, that's too bad for you. All right, okay. All righty then. So she had a grand time. So I mean, yeah, the parents can be entertaining. They can be.
Life Unleashed said her mama is 83 and loves Snoop. My
I mean,
sister loves Snoop. Snoop can do no wrong in my sister's eyes, and she's 60. She's 62. Yeah.
yeah, the only whip got bars up here from Rick James, man. That was a really good if you listen to the way that song is written, that's a really good song. It's a really good song. And I think we more associate Super Freak with MC Hammer than actual like Rick James like
Not
funk.
me. Not me.
But I mean I think a lot of people do, but this song, like the saxophone at the end, the whole thing, this was an amazing song. Yeah, it really was. His vocals on there were great. It was a really, really good song.
You know, even though, you know, I'm young, so I'm trying to figure out things. I was just trying to figure out why was the woman from Soul Train in there? I just always wanted to know that. It's like, why is that Soul Train lady in there? How old was I when that came out? I don't
Yeah,
know how old I was. I was little, but I wanted to know why
yeah,
the Soul Train lady was in there. I was like, so they all know each other? You know, I just
yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah, that was a Hollywood was the place to be back then because you know Motown moved out there, Solar Records with Dick Griffey was out there. Like you had all that stuff out there, and yeah, so it was a thing, and you know Don Cornelius was doing Soul Train. He knew everybody, Dick Griffey and Don Cornelius was cool, and everybody was just cool with it. Yeah, so that wasn't. If you think about it, it wasn't too far fetched. You know what I mean? Like for her to be in that, but yeah, it was a thing. It was definitely a thing. And I do want to say, I think X2 Complicated asked me about Smokey. Smokey is fine. I had to calm her down because of the whole Sonya thing, but she's fine. She's fine. She ain't appreciate nobody calling me that dude or some
You're
dude.
black, you're
She
bitter, that
yeah, she
dude.
yeah, she didn't appreciate being called some dude. You know what I'm saying? So I had to calm her down. She's asleep, she's fine, we're fine, and we'll handle that in the morning. So we're good. We're good.
Now, perhaps you can answer this for me.
Mm-hmm.
If, say, for example, me, if I were someone who I'm tired of the internet bullying me, saying things about me, and all of this stuff, if I am that way, if that's how I feel, why would I? Okay, let's say I answer the phone and it's this blogger chick who interviewed me before. Let's say that happens,
Mm-hmm.
and I see that it's her. Guess what I'm gonna do? Click, because guess what? You're black, you're bitter, you're mean, you're
Mm-hmm.
bullies, you're
Mm-hmm.
unhappy. So I just hang up on her. Then
Right.
we proceed to talk.
So let's just say, in another example, that you are the loneliest helper on earth. Nobody actually likes you. When you try to dress sexy, people think that it's a Halloween outfit. Um, let's just say that you're perpetually bored, and your boyfriend is in jail. But while he's in jail, you still got to make money because hell, you got diapers to buy. Let's just say that this was your life, okay? And then your phone rings and it's a private number, okay? You go answer the phone because you don't know if it's the diaper man, you don't know if it's the man calling about your SSI. You might have lost your rush card and they need to verify your identity. You don't know who calling you. You know what I'm saying? So she answers the phone and she hears this voice on the other phone who introduces herself as somebody that you already don't like. You're going to talk to that person because you are a freaking idiot. And you're going to give them content, and then you're going to brag about giving them content, not knowing that that content is going to drag your ass all over the internet. And then you're going to put in your content that you're giving them about some dude, and some dude has the ability to also drag your ass across the internet. So when you're in that predicament, it all makes sense.
Yeah, it's nothing like being dragged by a dude. That's so terrible. And to me, I just would not want. I'm like, look, oh, this is okay. Click. That's what I would have done. I just would not have continued the conversation. But no, she does, which is telling me she enjoys the attention that she
Oh,
is getting.
absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I got some attention I'm about to give her to. So absolutely. No, she enjoys it, and you could tell, that she does, but the line was crossed when Nyla's name was mentioned. Oh man.
Oh, she
Man,
sees
she was
red.
good. She was good until V said that V said, "Oh, she dropped down in the Nyla's chat today." That was the line that she couldn't handle. She couldn't handle it no more. She had to go change her diaper. Everything probably went through a system. All the Alfredo came out. It all came out when Nyla name got mentioned. So yeah, it was bad. But I don't know why she did it. When V laughed at first, I thought it was because she had hung up on her. And I was like, okay, so the call's ended. And then she was like, why are you laughing? Oh, okay. And then they proceeded. I'm like, what are you doing? So I don't know. I just thought that was absolutely weird. But yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it just I mean I heard part of it, and I did hear um the what you were just talking about. I did hear that, and then I clicked off because I was like, even she's just annoying to me. I can't take her. She's annoying. She is so annoying. And I can't. So now I can't wait to see the next text messages because she'll,
Oh,
um,
she gonna talk. She gonna talk that shit to Nesto, and
yeah.
she gonna make it sound like she cussed her out, and I had to set her straight, and I told that blogger this, and I told. She gonna make it sound like she was, she did more than what she did. So yeah. And let me see, who was it that said, yeah, Miss Mad About Music. Yes, I do know that she called me some dude, but I'm about to show her I'm that dude, and I'm about to let her know in the best possible way who she fucking with, because apparently she don't know. So we gonna have a big reveal. We're gonna have a big reveal for Sonya. It's not a problem.
Now, speaking of text messages, Bank has entered the chat and she says that she is on her own channel doing stuff and she's missing all the fun we're having. Yes, you are. It is very much so the same foolishness that was going on the other night. We really supposed to be doing this call, but we're doing something totally different, and that is okay because it's working. So,
Black.
and
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this, and I mean this. Black Auntie No Kids is the best damn name. I mean, that is. I love. Like, I don't care if her content was whatever. Her content is great, by the way. But if it wasn't, I would still watch just because her name is Black Auntie No Bank. Man, I was like, that is genius. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, that is freaking genius. So I love her channel. I love her. Matter of fact, I think I watch Bank like every day. Like while I'm at work, that's like the top part of my work day is I'm listening to a Bank, be the one that from that day or the one before. So if y'all have not checked her out, go check her out. She is amazing.
And I hadn't. Breezy B, how are you doing? I saw you come in and didn't have a chance to speak, but I didn't get around to it, but I am probably for the weekend is up. I was going to send you a super chat simply because the way that you got them last messages together by Tashima, I was just real. I couldn't believe it. I said she deserves something. She deserves a happy meal or something for being able to put this together because that had to have been a lot of work. And I remember you saying that you went through it getting it together, and you really did. And I want to also say, as I appreciate the distinguishing voices that you use, so that it didn't sound like just one female, but
Yeah.
we would all know Sonia's voice anyway because it's all, "Hi, handsome man. How are you?" You know. So we would know anyway that that was her. But I'm glad that you did that. I really like that. So if
Yeah.
y'all are not subscribed to her, go on over there and do that and give her a listen. And also, Native, go over there and listen to. Oh my God, listen to what he is doing over there.
It's
I,
about
if I have, I can't. I think my favorite letter is the one to Sylvia.
everybody loves
Especially
Sylvia.
when you talked
Everybody.
about her needing to learn how to pose for her mugshot.
Smile or something. Come on now. You ain't got the attributes to just look at the camera like that. It ain't working for you. Come on now. Out here
Oh
looking
my
like
gosh.
CeeLo Green. You can't be out here looking like CeeLo Green and taking pictures and mug shots like that. Come on now. We gotta know.
Oh, you working on Wade? Oh, she's working on Wade Wilson supporter jailhouse letters to him all the way from Germany. Germany? Are you serious? I don't. Germany.
Yeah.
Don't they got their own things going? Okay,
Yeah.
Germany.
I mean, look, she probably do have me beat. I'm not even trying. I'm not. Look, that's look. They can have Wade. I ain't trying to write Wade no letter. Y'all ain't finna have no people dressed like the Joker outside on my lawn. No, indeed. She can have them. She can have them. I'm good. I'm good over here. I'm good.
Yeah, we do need to help Native get his 1K. very much so. How we you need to help me get my. I need what do I need? 50 more or something. I don't know the math to get to my 2,000, which I'm really trying so hard to do. So yeah, we get there. Yeah, let's get us all where we need to be.
I
Um,
think I'm floating around. I'm floating around 870 or something. Like I need like 130 more subscribers. So hopefully, I can, I can get that, and we can move on to the next level, because I'm just, this is just the beginning of content. Like, the letters will keep coming because I do enjoy making them. Like, y'all have no idea what goes into this. And when I tell y'all, my cat actually helps me with this stuff. She's my production assistant. That's all I got. And she come and she, the other day, we're doing the Sylvia letter, as a matter of fact. I had a light that was in the wrong place. She came in, she pointed at the light, told me it was in the wrong place, and went back to sleep. That's what she get paid for. So yeah, so she does. But I do. Oh boy, no, 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 no. I am
do
not
you?
Joey. I am not Joey. Not Joey. I am not, that is not me. That is not me. No, 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 no. We ain't doing that. I don't even know what a kiosk at. Okay, I don't. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Okay, that is not what we doing. But I do. I get a kick out of. I do get a kick out of making the videos and making them, and there's just a certain, like, I don't know. I see the vision of what I want to do, and then just being able to put that together and putting it out and you all loving it is the best thing ever for me. So those will come, but it's just the beginning. I got on my channel. There's also a part one of a documentary that I'm making about the double standards of beauty. It's called Chasing Beauty, and that's also on my channel as well, so y'all can check that out. But there's just going to be like a lot of different stuff. But these letters, trust me, will keep coming because I love making them.
Well, first of all, real, I like that song too by Rick James and the Temptations, Standing on the Top. That was one of my favorite ones too. And you know, we do have to get Bank. She's creeping to 2K just like I am, and we need to help each other out. And when I say we, I mean like the chat. Tell a friend, tell a foe.
Yeah.
Legacy Moon and Native Urban. Say your thing. I don't because I get names messed up. And Bank is trying to get their subscribership up. Let everybody know. And I
Yeah.
try to put people on my wall. I haven't done that in a while, but I try to put people, that I support and who support me on my, community wall, so that, we support one another. I try to do that.
Queen.
And go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Queen Black. I don't know if I'm gonna write Tomas, because I don't know if Tomas
That's what I was
actually.
going to say.
Yeah, I don't know if Tomas has access to the internet. I don't know what Tomas do. He's just kind of a character in the whole thing. I don't know. Tomas ain't really did nothing to me, so I don't really. I ain't gonna drag Tomas into this. Why would I waste a letter on Tomas when I could go after his raggedy ass mama? Why?
Yeah, there's just so much content with her alone. It's just hard to move on.
Right.
That with that little, let me tell you something. We always say she does not pick up on social cues, right? So they're over there at V. Lenore's house talking to her right last night, and just like right in the middle, I think V. Lenore is probably talking or something. Hello, how are you? And V. Lenore was like, you telling him? No, I was talking to the baby. And Valen was like, "Oh, you've got your grandbaby over there." So I'm like, "But who does that? You're talking to somebody, but why would you just turn to a kid and do? I mean, make it make sense. The only thing y'all hear me do is if these dogs get to ripping and running and barking, I might holler at them and forget to put y'all on mute. But who is talking to someone on the phone and then just, hello, how are you? Who does that? I mean, it makes no sense to me. Somebody please explain it.
First of all, if she babysitting,
Now, wait a minute. First of all, and then just That did really happen. I didn't imagine that, right? Did it happen for real?
It
For real?
happened, but my
Okay.
first question was, where did baby come from? Because if you watching the baby, did you put the baby in an escape room? Is that what happened? And the baby found the key and got out of the room, and you was like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" Like, what? How did? Where was the baby at if you was watching them? Why you gotta greet the baby if you was watching them? That's all I wanted to know. How are you? Indicates that the baby was somewhere you didn't know where the baby was. That's all I wanted to know. Somebody call CPS on this lady, please.
Come here, Jay. My poor dog got scared. I was in the middle of drinking my soda. And you had done that, and my soda went everywhere, and the dog jumps up off the couch and comes looking at me like, "What is going on? What's wrong with you?"
I just didn't
She done left the
understand
room. The
that
poor dog.
part.
The poor dog. She done left the room. She's off of that couch. She's like, "I'm going to bed because I don't know what you in here doing."
I just, I just didn't
Wait a
understand that
minute, Bank says she.
you greeting the baby like you ain't seen the baby in hours. How are
Bank,
you? Well, shouldn't you know how I am? You watching me, lady.
Bank sent the illegal orphan.
That's all I'm trying to figure out. How are
See,
you?
I was like, did that really happen? Did I? Is this really going on?
No,
Did
it
she
happened.
just?
It happened. How are
Right?
you?
Because I thought it was weird. I was like, well, gee, when it happened, I was like, well, she's talking to her, right? Why in the middle of them, having a conversation is she doing that? That's so weird. Hell, now it's talking to the baby.
Yeah, the
What?
baby probably came in there was like, "Are you talking to a blogger? Could you feed me, ma'am? I need another diaper,
Well, you know that
please."
that time that they said she had put the baby in the closet.
Oh yeah, she did that. She did that. She did that.
Or lock. And I also remember she locked her in the high chair
Yeah, right.
because she was trying to pack, you know, and the
Hmm.
baby was doing what probably babies do who don't get attention, right? And so
Right.
she puts her in the high chair. But the bad part about it is when you got there to Texas, you forgot your luggage, and it was the baby's fault. Well,
Hmm.
how was it the baby's fault? I mean, you don't know you're going on a trip when you leave the door. I mean, you packed a bag. You didn't know to take it with you. This was her explanation for being in Texas, in winter clothing.
Right.
So, and
Right.
you put the baby in the high chair. So I can't quite understand why it is that you was so discombobulated.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think and honestly, a lady 747, I'm with you because like I was listening, it actually irritated me that she neglected this child on one of those calls. I think it was one of the ones where she was recording it, and she neglected this child in order to talk to Nesto.
Nesto,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, I mean, you put this baby in a room or in a closet, wherever she put the baby at, you could tell that the baby was in need of something, whether it was food, whether it was a change, whatever it was. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you have the the gall to talk about somebody else's life and somebody else's, bitter and somebody's this and this and negative, and you can't even take care of a baby that was left in your care. It irritated me too. Like, I mean, and I was just kind of like, I cannot
Not at
believe
all.
this woman. Exactly. People playing fast and loose with kids. Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
What did Real say? Real, where's that comment at? I think Real says she was out. Okay, maybe she's trading babies and dogs. Like he was trading RVs. Check this out. But wait, before I say that, thank you, a lady. I appreciate it. She says illegal child porn showing up, illegal baby. WTF, girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes. I know what you mean. But I forgot what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. What is it? Breezy B said I would have I wouldn't leave a hamster with her. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The dogs. She sold the dogs. Now, I
Mm,
remember that time. I don't know if it was a text messages or a phone call where she was tired of them pissing all over the place. Isn't that what puppies do? But I didn't realize until I heard it whenever or wherever I was and heard it that she sold the dogs. So why would you go? She had those dogs. It wasn't even a full 3 months that she had those dogs. Terrible.
yeah. Sonya said it ain't but one of us finna be in here pissing all over the place, and that's me. Y'all think y'all finna piss all no, I get to piss
It's
all over the place.
complicated. As complicated as says you can't make sense out of nonsense. You are so right because I just think it's terrible. I mean, I know that dogs are animals, but they just deserve some kind of proper treatment or respect too. You get them, you buy them from wherever you get them from, and then you take them and you trade them off and or sell them. So you say. To be honest, she probably got those dogs and thought she was going to start a breeding business, and it just didn't go her way. That's
Hold
what
on,
I think.
hold on, Legacy. I'm gonna say this right, and I'm gonna say this right now. Okay, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with Legacy Moon. Okay, Shay B, Shay B, stop making me laugh. Okay, Shay B, you making me laugh with your comments. Please stop making me laugh, Shay B. I have been
She
laughing at Shay
knows
B
my God
all
about the
night.
fluffery.
I have been laughing at Shay B all night. Shay B, stop. Okay, I'm trying to have a serious conversation about Nesto and
Look,
Simon. Okay, because Shay B has
you
been
know
killing me all
something?
night.
I just found out now. I did not know that Shay B was a mess like she was
Oh
until
man.
I was over there at Wisdom's daughters one day watching something, and Shay B was just cutting up so bad. It was
Yes,
terrible.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
I
I
think
have been.
she had been I think she had been drinking a little bit
I
too.
don't know.
So
I
she
don't
was
know.
lit.
She has been having me cracking up. No, the baby don't eat no vegetables when she around Sonya. No, it's all Alfredo. It's an Alfredo diet for the baby. That's what happens. So no, there's no. It's all Alfredo all night. That's
Somebody
all it is.
didn't what was talking to was it in the text or something? She was talking about cooking. And anytime she says anything about a meal, all I can think of is Alfredo because that's all I've ever heard her talk about. I've never heard her say, "Oh, well, I think I'm gonna make a nice meatloaf, and maybe some cabbage and some lima beans or something." I mean, you just don't hear that. You never
And
hear
for
her
somebody
even.
and for somebody with a stomach condition, the way she has her, like, you would think that she would not do that because she's not making her own Alfredo. She's not that talented. It's coming from a can or a jar, right? So you got all them preservatives and all that other stuff that's not good for her fragile colon, but she continues to eat that way, and I don't get that. I really don't.
Because I'm gonna tell you that store bought Alfredo sauce ain't good for the regular ones like me. So I
Exactly.
know got to do a number on her. It's got to.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. And to the only whip, look, you go to not just Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you go to any fast food now, it's not like I think we got like this idea of fast food like it used to be like in the 80s and the 90s where they had like meal deals and $5 here, $7, feed your whole family for $10. They ain't doing that no more. They ain't doing that no more. You walk in there talking about $5 or $10 or whatever, especially like KFC. I was in KFC like a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, nah, man, I can go get my own chicken. I'm good. I'm good. I might not have all the herbs and spice. I got enough. I can make it happen.
I wanted to buy some McDonald's breakfast one day, and I use Grubhub, and I picked up uh my phone and went to the little Grubhub menu. I was like, I really want this egg McMuffin, right?
Mm.
So I looked at how much they was charging me. and it not Grubhub, just McDonald's alone. It was gonna cost me like $40 or $50 just to get a McMuffin for me and my sister, and I think I was gonna get some hash browns or something like that. They
Hmm.
wanted all of that. I was like, oh no, 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 no. I'll go in there because we got sausage patties, turkey sausage. We've got that. My sister got these Hawaiian rolls. I could put me together something right quick. I don't have to have McDonald's, but I just wanted that. Sometimes you just want to taste what they sell at the restaurant.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm just trying to figure out. Here's what I'm trying to figure out. What do they put? Because I've had public subs before, but what do they put in a public sub that make people be all in the doggone vegetable section lined up to get one and be mad because it's taking a long time, but they don't get out the line. They stay in the line at Publix to get the doggone subs, and I'd be like, "What is in the?" I've had them before. It ain't nothing I'm gonna wait an hour and a half to get though. I mean, I'm just saying, like I don't understand that part. So I mean,
Probably the same thing they put in their lemonade that has the people
mm,
going crazy. I don't
mm.
know. I don't know. Let me tell you about, I was always funny about, order getting the things that they have behind the hot bar thingy at the grocery stores
Hmm.
until I Walmart, and I got no, my mom and her friend had gone one day, and they bought me back these salt and vinegar wingdings. And I was like, I'm not salt and vinegar, that just sounds dumb. But I tasted it anyway, and it was
Hmm.
good. But they
Hmm.
have some of the best stuff. I like their macaroni and cheese that they have back there. Oh, and their barbecue chicken that they have. They have a lot of good stuff, and I really like their rotisserie chicken. I was like, Walmart got it going on when they serving this hot food. And there was a
Now,
gas station. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I'm not Gordon Ramsay. I'm not a culinary expert. You know what I'm saying? But when I think about salt and vinegar chicken, that actually, if you kind of know how these ingredients work, that actually sounds amazing. I'm just thinking about it. That actually sounds like that would be a great recipe to try. I don't trust Walmart, but I will try it myself. That you might have put me on to something with salt and vinegar chicken. I like that. I kind of
It
like
was
that.
it was really good. It was really good, and I didn't expect it to be good. Now in Harmon, I don't like, well, I don't eat Italian subs because I know that unless it's gonna all be made with turkey, like turkey salami and turkey bologna. So I have not had one of those in many years. But back when I did eat that sort of stuff, I did not like oil. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why the oil was even put on there. So that's not something I like. But I do remember some. I don't know where I used to get subs from, and they actually had turkey luncheon meat. So I was able to get like a Italian sub and stuff like that, but not very many people do that because I guess it's expensive. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I
Bank said
remember.
Denver actually makes some good rib. Really?
Yeah, they do. They do. I don't eat beef, but I've heard that like whenever they do like July 4th of July, they have people out there grilling. And yeah, the people be lined up for them for the Kroger ribs. So yes, they do.
Yeah, Sandra says sounds so good. Salt and chicken. That
Don't that
that
sound good?
it is. I'm telling you, but I'm gonna tell you something that I make really good. People, I get requests for it. Don't you hate when you make something good? And so, like your friends and family, or every time there's a function down to the church, that's what everybody wants you to bring. But
Hmm.
I make some good wingdings in the oven, and I usually I prefer to do it teriyaki, but I
Mm.
will do it with just honey barbecue or something like that, or take some barbecue sauce, add some stuff into it. I make the best. And the last time I made them, it was so, well, it really isn't funny, but it is. I made the chicken and I bought, I don't know how many pounds I bought, but it was two huge pans. And that particular day I was hurting. My body ached and stuff, and I'm in my arms, and I had to keep lifting. And I told my sister, I said, "Gosh, I hurt so bad. I hurt so bad. I don't know why I'm hurting like this." And I was like, I felt this pain before, but I can't place why would have it. I don't know. So, I cooked this chicken and I forgot what else I made to go with it, but they tore it up. Her and my nephew tore it up, right? So the next day, my sister is sitting at her desk, out here working, and she said, I took that test for COVID and I got COVID. Where would I get COVID from? Because I haven't been anywhere. And I said, "Oh, I don't know." And I said, I told you I was hurting. And that's what that feels like. It felt like you feel when you have COVID. And my sister said, "I know that you did not give me this COVID." Well, sure enough, I did. I gave it to the
Oh
whole
wow.
house. And then
Oh
I
wow.
started cracking up. I said, "Y'all know, y'all sure tore that COVID chicken up that I made." She said, "We sure did eat." She was in there cooking. I was like, "Yes, that's why I was hurting so bad, because I had COVID and I didn't know. I just knew I didn't feel good and I hurt everywhere, especially my arms and my legs. And I couldn't figure out. I was like, I felt this way before, but what was it from?" It's like, "Oh, okay. COVID, that's what it was from." And then my sister had the nerve to talk, but said, "Well, are you going to call your doctor to get some of that? I don't know, whatever it is they give you. Paxlovid? No, that's for blood clots, I think." But anyway, no. I said, "No, I might as well let it run its course because it's really not going to do." If you are just now getting it, that means I've had it for a few days now. So
Mhm.
there's no point in me even doing it. But I sure did cook the whole meal and was sitting and walking around here with COVID.
Wow. 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 That's wow. Wow. You something else. You
But that,
something else.
and one thing I used to hate, I just got to the point where I hate making it, is Watergate salad. Every time there's a barbecue, a function, a funeral, Fourth of July, anything. People, can you make some of that green stuff? They never could say Watergate salad. They always say that green stuff you make. The green stuff.
Mhm.
So after a while, I was like, "Look, no, I do have other talents. I can make other things. I don't have to just make this stuff." And then there's some things that I make that I've only, like, I make them one time and never make them again. I made my mom from scratch. That never happens. A pineapple upside down cake one time because
Whew.
she really likes those.
Mm.
And I never made it again.
Mm.
It's just I want, or like I've done a 7 Up cake before. It's sometimes it's just some things I want to try and I do it. And after I do it, I was like, okay, I did that. And no point in doing
Yeah.
it again.
You know what's crazy though? Let me tell you what's crazy when you say pineapple upside down cake. So, um, my niece passed in 2007, and of course, black folks, you're gonna be inundated with food. Like people was just bringing food, bringing food, right? So after everything kind of died down and settled down, and I'm at my mama house, and somebody had brought. Well, we all thought it was cornbread. It had the texture, the look of cornbread, and so nobody touched it. It was just there. And so one day, I don't know, I felt like I wanted some cornbread. I sliced it, and I was like, "What is this?" It was a pineapple upside down cake. I'm gonna tell you this: I have never had a cake like that ever. It was moist. It was delicious. So I told my mom about it, and I was like, "Mama, this isn't cornbread," because she thought it was cornbread too. We don't know to this day. We do not know who bought it. We don't know who made it. They never came back for their pan. They never came back for any. We are clueless as to where this came from, but this was probably the most delicious pineapple upside down cake or any cake that we had ever had. And it's just like, and that was in 2007. And every now and then I'll mention it to my mama because she still has the pan because nobody came back to get it. And we was just like, where did this come from? And so it was just like, maybe, I don't know, it was just dropped off by an angel because that's how good it was. Like, there was nothing wrong with this cake. The pineapples were still fresh. It was moist. And promise I ain't never had a cake like that before. So it was just kind of weird that the cake just showed up, and to this day we have no idea where it came from.
You know, we had back in my church days when I would go to church. There was a prophetess, she was, and she made a cake. So, we was like, oh, Mother Grace, what kind of cake is this? And she says, it's a rum cake, right? So I'm thinking, as much as of us who worked in the kitchen thought, was that she probably made this cake, and we figured, because she was an older lady, it was probably homemade, but we figured she used rum flavor. Mm-mm. That was real rum. The prophetess bought a cake to the church, and it was a real rum cake made with rum. And when I say rum, I mean rum in the cake, rum drizzled around the cake. It was so good. And I tasted that cake, and I said, "Oh," I said, "Mom," I said, "them kids can't have this." She was like, "Oh, because look, you know how if when you work at the church, if anybody's ever worked in the kitchen in the church, you know." You take all the good stuff and fix your plate and put extras on there so you'll have it, the good stuff, right? She said, "What you trying to do? Take all I was like, "No, Mom." I was like, "This is real rum." And my mom said, "No, it's not." She wouldn't bring a real rum cake. I said, "Yes." Now, my mom, who gets drunk off of spaghetti sauce if she goes to the Italian restaurant, okay, because she says they make it red wine. So my mom tasted that cake. She said, "Oh my God." She said, "Take that cake off the table." I was like, "Well, Mom, we can't do that. She'll know her cake's not here. We can't do that." And she said, "Well, y'all watch that cake and make sure." I don't know how my mom was always in charge of everything, but she said, "Make sure don't none of the kids, and make sure Pastor don't get any either." I was like, it was so good. It was delicious. That's the best. Boy, I tell you, the best time is being in church when folks bring food. That's the best time. Because sometimes you do get some good stuff. Except for that doggone, my mom loved that darn uh, banana pudding. And I'm just not a fan of that. I don't, mushy cookies with bananas and some that just is not appealing to me.
Nah,
Not
it's
at all.
never been good to me either. But like I found like somebody's people. I'm telling you, Atlanta, you could buy anything anywhere at any time. Somebody sold me some banana pudding in the parking lot of a strip club. I promise you that happened. I was like, like I like
Wait a minute. No, let me find out you was down to the trapeze club, Native.
No, see, you got to know the difference between trapeze and a strip club. Trapeze is its own thing. That's a swingers club. I was at the strip club. Okay, that's a whole different planet. Okay,
Oh,
um,
I know.
and I was leaving the strip club. Okay, and so I'm just, I done had a pretty time. It wasn't the best, and so I get in the parking lot, and young lady comes up to me, and she like, "You want some dessert?" Now I'm at the strip club, so I don't know exactly what she means. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what that means. What you mean? Do I want some dessert? Man, I'm in the parking lot at the strip club. What you talking about? And come to find out, she actually had real dessert. And so I was like, I ain't know. Shoot. So she said that the only thing she had left was this strawberry banana pudding. And I was like, what is strawberry banana pudding? Well, come to find out, duh, it's banana pudding with strawberries in it. I had never heard of such. And I don't like banana pudding, but I like strawberries. So I bought some from the young lady with the leftover ones that I had. Like I said, it was an all right time. It wasn't a great time. And so I yeah, it was
You
a few
wasn't making it
leftovers.
rain.
Nah, we wasn't making it rain. It wasn't. It was a drought. It was a whole drought in the club that night. So I bought it, and come to find out, it was amazing. It was like in a little. She had her own little containers, and and it was like it was layered. It was like there was bananas, then it was like the pudding, and then it was strawberries, and then so she had it layered like that with a cookie on top of it because they were like individual servings. So I had it and I was just blown away by how good this was. In the parking lot of the strip club, I was very impressed. So that's the only version of banana pudding that I would actually like, eat. It doesn't have to be in the parking lot of the strip club. That's just where I was introduced to it at. So yeah, there's that.
What about the pretzel salad? You know, I made that one time and it came out right, but every time I try to make it, it doesn't come out like it did that one time. My sister, who passed, she used to make a good one. Has anybody ever tasted that pretzel salad? It is very good. And the only Rice Krispie treats that I eat are the ones that I make. I don't care for the ones that come from the store, except for Walmart. Theirs aren't too bad, but I like my own. I like to put, if I'm gonna make some Rice Krispie treats, I'm gonna clog up your arteries. I'm gonna put extra butter, extra, everything, extra marshmallow, all of the extras is going to be in them. So I prefer to make my own. And I sometimes make them with Cocoa Puffs. It's not Cocoa Puffs, Fruity Pebbles. I make them with Fruity
Mm,
Pebbles sometime. Yeah, but I like to make my own because they just taste so much better. Bank
okay.
says, where's let me see. Bank says my dad made banana pudding from scratch. This was late in the 70s and early 80s. My dad was a hell of a cook. He taught my mother how to cook. Let me tell you something. Now, my father, this was back when I ate the pork and stuff. He he could throw down on some ribs. I loved his ribs. And he took some of that what is it? Is it by Kraft? I think it's called that open pit. I don't even know if they still make that stuff anymore. But he would take that and then he would add other stuff to it, and it used to be so good. And I used to love when he barbecued, and but even his chicken was good, but his ribs were especially good. And then we had to have um my mom make some deviled eggs because everybody loved her deviled eggs.
Hmm.
So, but the funny part about it is, my sister was talking to me one day, and she said, because my sister, since she's a lot older than me, so we kind of were not around each other that much, because by the time I was old enough to be around her, she was a teenager and wasn't trying to fool with me. So, sometimes we talk and, learn things that we may not have known about each other, about the
Hmm.
family. And she talked about, oh, I remember mom used to make some good lemon drop cookies, and she'll be naming. I was like, what are you talking about? She says, mom, mom used to bake. I said, did she? Because by the time I came around, I was a latchkey kid. My mom went and got a job. My mom went to work. She came home. We had dinner, and that was it. I did not see my mom bake and do all of the things that my sister experienced. My two sisters, when she was a stay-at-home mom, because by the time I came along, she was a working mom, and I didn't
Hmm.
get that same experience. So it just really, when she talks about that, it really shocks me because I'm like, mom, she made cookies. What? She made cakes. She made stuff from scratch. Because I didn't experience that. So the childhood that I had is not the same childhood that my two sisters had.
Mm.
Same parents, but just different experience. Totally different experience.
Right.
Um, let's talk about it. What's in pretzel salads? Well, what you do is the base is pretzels, and you kind of get them all crushed up, and you get butter on them, and you bake it till it's like a little bit of a shell, and then you take it out, and then it has if I can remember correctly, like strawberry jello, strawberries, and Cool Whip. It's very delicious, very delicious. um a
No,
lady,
no,
let's see, what is
no,
she?
I'm not no, culinary expert again. I don't know that. Now don't get me wrong. You give me that grill, and I'm gonna make some black grill magic. Please believe it. But I am super curious about a doggone sour cream apple pie. That
I saw
sounds
that in the comments.
so good. Like, like I'm trying to figure out a way where that's not delicious. You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds so good. Oh my. I'm gonna need to have that in my life at some point in the next few weeks. I'm gonna need to try that somewhere.
Now, now, Shabby, pretzel salad sounds like eating some dry sand balls. It is very delicious. You got your salt, your sweet, your hard shell, your cream. Is just I know that just didn't sound like coming out, but it is really good. It really is.
Look, look, Shay B, I've been ignoring your comments because I told you stop making me laugh. I'm trying to have a serious conversation with Legacy Moon, and
I
you
do. I want to experiment on now. Let me see what you say about this, JB. I love pistachio. I like pistachio nuts. I like pistachio pudding, pistachio ice cream, all of that. So I want to experiment make a pistachio cake. I saw a recipe for it. So now I won't do this from scratch. I know shortcuts. You know, when they say from scratch, I say from a box and then I can go from there. So I want to, has anybody ever tried a pistachio cake? And when I made my 7 Up cake, it was really good, but I wanted to do it. I did it and I have had no desire to make another one. That's the kind of baker
um
I am.
every time I see a pistachio cake, I've never wait, hold on. No, that was pistachio bread. I've never actually bought it. Like I've
Pistachio
seen
bread.
it. Like there's a restaurant here that's a really good pizza spot. It's like an authentic Italian pizza spot. And they had pistachio cake, and it was like a week ago. And I could have had it and finally figured out what it tastes like, but I've never had it before. I've seen it a bunch of times.
Chocolate candy filled with pistachios. I don't know how I feel about that now. I don't know. I mean, I probably would try it because, I like chocolate sometimes, and I love pistachios, so I might would try that maybe. Uh,
Sanders RN, if she don't want it, I'll take it. I'll take hers. Like that sounds amazing. I'll take hers. So yeah, no, that sounds incredible. I love pistachios. So yeah, I would. Oh my god, that sounds incredible.
um, now Bank is talking. What is this mauve salad? Cranberry sauce mixed with cherry jello. Cool Whip, yummy. I could never get it to set by my friend, but my friend makes it all the time. I don't know. That sounds kind of good. I like
Mm.
cranberry sauce and I like cherries. So I don't know. I might could maybe make that work.
Yeah, that tart with the cranberries and yeah, that tart with that cherry, that sweet. Yeah, that sounds incredible. And
Y'all
it
got me
sounds
thinking of
simple.
stuff. This thinking of stuff to make.
Now y'all
I
call
saw,
everything salad.
huh?
She said, "Now y'all calling everything a salad." Yes, that is true. You had that bologna salad.
Now I tell y'all what my father's mother used to make Wardorf's Wardorf salad, and I like it. And I liked it when she made it, even though I was real young. She had some dogs, and I just wasn't too keen. If I open up the drawer, the silverware ain't looking right to me. I don't care. I've always had a thing about silverware ever since I was a little girl. If I open up your drawer and your silverware is not looking how I think it should look, I don't want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But I have had it when she's made it at other people's houses, and it was really good. But I was at her house one day, and I was like, mm-mm, no,
Well,
and I was little. Like, I don't want it.
that's funny.
Oh my gosh. Y'all know what? Okay. We have been on here long enough. I know it is like way past Nada's bedtime. You know me, I'm
You
a
know
night
it is, and I
owl.
gotta work in the morning. I'm
Not
sacrificing
again.
right
Why
now.
didn't you tell me?
Oh, I
You,
mean, look, look, I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time, and I'm
oh,
gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna tell you this right here. Okay, it was actual dessert. Okay, I bought dessert from her. I bought a pudding from her. Okay, she had a bag. It was dessert. She wasn't in the strip club. We was in the parking lot. See, I have to tell the story the right way, otherwise people go all, they take it all kind of ways. Okay,
yeah. She didn't
it
pull it out of her like they do with the little magic beads, that they pull out.
nah, it wasn't like that because you know what? I would have went my ass home. Okay, I would have got in my car and went home. Okay, that would have happened. But no, she was just look. She was an entrepreneur in the parking lot of the strip club. She was selling desserts. It just happened to be a double entendre. That's all it was.
Miss Boogie Down, how did you guess? You know, Miss Boogie Down, one thing you'll be able, which I can see you already have picked up on, is when I disassociate, I say things like that. Like, um, instead of saying, how people normally say my husband or the man I married, I say that man, or they say my husband, or on my wedding, all you will ever hear me say about that man is that man that I married. I don't even say his name. So yes, I do tend to, when I'm describing or talking about someone and I'm disassociating for whatever reason, that's how I describe them. They have a title and not the one that they're supposed to have. So that's how I do things.
And a lady 747, I bought food from in the strip club parking lot. I
Let
did
me
it. I
let
did
me
it.
tell y'all something. I don't know about y'all, but we have some good clubs and we have some hole in the wall clubs. And when we go to those hole in the wall clubs, and I'm talking about the kind that when you go use the bathroom, there's never any toilet paper. Those kind, they serve the best wings. They serve the best wings. So I can believe that some stripper who got off work was trying to be an entrepreneur and sold some good desserts, real
Listen,
desserts.
listen. The lady was not a stripper. She was a baker. She liked to bake food. She had a card and everything. Like she's an entrepreneur, okay? And it's not going to do an entrepreneur any good to drug my food in the parking lot. How much business is she going to get after that? So no, got her card. She was like, she does whole cakes. She does, she could do the whole thing. She had a little link tree with all her desserts on it. She was a baker. She was in the parking lot. That was good traffic for her. These strip clubs is a lot of people. So she did good because she was sold out of stuff. So no, she wasn't a stripper. She was an entrepreneur. I was supporting her business because strip club was there that night. So we was good.
Shavy said at Native, we're not buying the parking lot. Quick slow
Whatever, man.
pudding.
Whatever, man. I'm trying to go to bed. I don't care. Y'all believe what y'all want to
Y'all
believe. I'm going to
listen.
bed.
We are getting off of here, and Native should have told me about 45 minutes ago
Nah,
that he
nah, it's
had to
all
go to
good.
work.
No, it's all good. It's
But
all good, Shay B. It's all good, Shay B. Look, you ain't got to buy my story, okay? I know what happened. I was there, okay? Y'all ain't got to believe
I
me, okay?
I promise y'all that we are going to Native and I, we're going to actually get on here and we're going to actually do what we're supposed to do. That is going to happen one day. That
It
is
is.
going to happen.
It
We
is.
just can't seem to do
It is.
this live. Look, it's gonna be like throw the whole live away. I'm gonna have to retitle it and everything because we get absolutely nothing. We got 5 minutes into a call, and that's it.
Yeah,
And we
that's
watched
it.
like a half a
That's it.
second of Scamfish that kept messing up. And me and Native have been sitting on here doing this for what 3 hours. So I promise you, we are going to actually get on here and do something, actual content. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah, yeah.
when
Yeah, it's going to happen, though.
or
It's going to
anything,
happen.
but
It's going to
it
happen.
will happen. It will happen because
I got
a lot
people.
of people. I got. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we started this thing talking about celebrity catfish, and we ended it with people worrying about me being trafficked. Nobody's trying to traffic me, okay? I'm a grown ass black man. Don't nobody want to traffic me, okay? You ain't never heard that before, so that's not. I'm fine, okay? It was banana pudding, okay?
I'm fine.
But bang, look, bang, the ADD. I mean, it does. It does kind of get me. Even when I'm just doing this by myself, the ADD, because I'll be so, like I said, Sonya will be on. I'll be listening to a call, and I'll be to pick up a game and start playing, or in the kitchen fixing a Pop-Tart or something, and then I jump back on. But I figure, well, when he came up the other night, we were supposed to be doing something. What was it? Oh, we were supposed to be doing a call, but we got sidetracked, and very much so. We didn't even get sidetracked. We just never got into it tonight. So the ADD, it is hard, but it actually makes it easier when you do have other people up here with you, because you can stay on task better, I guess you could say, because it's something happening now. Eventually I'm gonna be able to do this and be able to keep up with the comments and not crack up so much. But it's just something to try. You'll be if look, I have ADHD to the 10th power, and if I can do a lie, anybody can do it, because I tend to stay on task while doing other things that y'all don't see me do. This is why I don't keep my camera on, because y'all don't see all the other things that I'm doing. The dog came back, so she's okay now. She came back and got on the couch, so everything's okay with us, between the two of us. But yeah, I don't. But I'm not going to keep Native up
Listen,
too
listen.
long,
I
because
just want to say this one more time. I'm safe. I'm fine. I'm not gonna be trafficked. Okay. I got people. I got, I got, I have people in the chat trying to make sure I'm safe. I'm good. I am a grown ass man. I'm good. Don't nobody want
blink
me.
once if you need help. Look,
Right.
look, dude, you have already offended Sonya, so we have to look out for your welfare.
She stay on the other side of town. I'm good. I'm fine.
Bank said you gonna be on OnlyFans.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I mean,
yo,
we gonna lose Native to the strip club. No, you not.
Sanders said Native don't buy no more pudding.
Every time I try to share part of my life, every time.
Y'all, I promise. JP said, see something, say something. Oh, wait, I just called. Okay, said, remember, Sonya worked at the strip club. She could have been in the parking lot.
She worked in the back office. She worked in the back office.
She said, with her blueberries.
Every time I share my life, this is how it ends up.
That lady said, somebody says Queen Black, she said, any flashbacks you can't explain?
No.
She just wondering.
I'm fine.
All right, let me get, where's my sign? Where's my good night? How do I find it? What's going on? Now I tell you, I will be on here tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some law and crime stuff. Perhaps the white lady who's going to jail for manslaughter, her, or I don't know, some other criminal that I was looking at, and then it might be Woody. Because y'all, this is the last thing I'm gonna say. We getting out of here. I wasn't ready. I saw Woody's interrogation, but the sound wasn't the best. I heard Woody talking. Somebody did a video, and they had some scenes from court as well as a call, which y'all might hear. But they had a call where Woody was on the phone. I just wasn't ready. He sounded like Let's see. Perhaps he grew up or went to the same school that Nesto did. I don't know. I just was not ready for what I was hearing. I couldn't get through what I was listening to because I'm like, are you kidding me? The people are using him as the star witness on the stage. Are you serious? I would have had to rethink that whole thing. So I don't know. I'm gonna do something. I guess. I think. And I
Mm.
had planned on going to bed just a tad bit early tonight. I was gonna take a little sleeping pill and get a good night's sleep. But y'all got me up half the night, fooling with native on here, not doing what we're supposed to do. But as long as everybody enjoyed themselves, that's all that matters.
They don't even put
So
people on milk cartons no more. What are we talking about? They don't even do that no more. Don't nobody put they don't what how am I be see this is every time I share my life. This is how it ends
speaking
up.
of conspiracy theories, I just happened to watch the night before last, I guess maybe the first kid that they put on the milk carton when that whole milk carton thing started. Now they coming up with all these theories and stuff of what might have really happened to him, and that the father had lied about when he had last seen his son. So we're gonna do. I might have to do something on him and put the milk carton up there and have that boy's, original milk carton, and then take a milk carton of my very own and put a picture of Native up there.
Oh my
In
goodness.
case
Oh my
he
goodness. I'm
goes.
going to bed. I'm going to bed, y'all. I'm going to bed. I'm about to I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, we need to write Native a damn letter. A lady said, "Look, now see, Native, see, he was gonna try to be slick and do a letter on me, but now we can do one on him."
Look, look, I'm going to bed. First I got some zesty little dude calling me some dude on the phone. You know what I'm saying? And now y'all got me buying all kind of stuff in the parking lot.
Native
And
being trafficked.
right, and I'm now I'm gonna be on the milk cart. I'm going to bed. Today has been enough. Okay, today has been enough for me. Okay, I didn't put up with enough today. So I'm just saying. Just
Well,
saying.
I,
Look,
I appreciate everybody being here because y'all could have been anywhere, but y'all were here with Native and myself. Native, I want you to have a good day tomorrow at work. I hope you stay well occupied, so that you don't doze off or
I'm only doing 4 hours in the morning, so I'm good. I'm only doing 4 hours, and
oh, you
then
come home and take a nap.
I work from home, so I'm gonna do 4 hours and fall straight out. Like I'm good.
Oh, well, see,
I
you
ain't
good.
driving
You
nowhere.
good. You don't even have to get dressed now.
Mm-mm.
Sanders RN says we don't want Smokey to be an orphan, so we have definitely got to keep you safe.
I
And
am
Armin says we'll
fine. I'm
for you.
fine.
But I'm gonna say this for the last time. I promise you, Native and I will come and actually do something from start to finish, and then maybe shenanigans. But we will actually come on here and do something from start to finish, y'all.
Yes, we
If
will.
you're not subscribed to him, go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you're not subscribed to Bank, go over there and subscribe to her, and make sure that you describe to me, and tell a friend to describe to me. And that is all I'm going to say. I'm going to get my graphics if I can find them, because I don't I'm so lost. I think because in my mind I'm trying to play it and say, how did we get here? How did we
Right.
not the strawberry call? Ones that we don't get to hear that often. We were spinning the block and we ran out of gas before we even got to the halfway point, but that is okay. Um, they are waiting, Native, they are waiting on the new letter. These people, when you say you're going to do some content, you better make sure you do it because they will be jumping in inboxes and everything. If you don't give them their
It
content.
ain't. It's not even. That's not even. They don't got to worry about this. This lady, this bald headed scallywag called me some dude. You ain't got to worry about that. I'm coming.
Well, wait. And you know what the next text message is going to be, or the next phone call or visit, whichever comes first for her. It's going to be, I talked to this blogger and she had this gay dude on there. Watch, because everybody, if you're a man and you don't like her, you're gay, and if you're a woman, you're black and you're bitter. So that's what it's going to be. That's exactly
I got it covered. I'm her huckleberry. I got it covered. Yeah. I got it. Trust me, y'all. I got it.
All right, Native, you go ahead, give us the last word, and then we're gonna drop the beat. We're gonna have the DJ drop
the
beat.
last word for this evening is that when you meet an entrepreneur, it really doesn't matter where it is. It can be in a parking lot, in a strip club parking lot, in a Kmart parking lot. As long as you're supporting Black businesses, it doesn't matter. I'm safe. I will be safe, and keep supporting Black business. That's all I can tell you. So that's the last word for tonight. So take that how you will. Thank y'all.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know. After that, I think the DJ ought to give us something nice and mellow or something.
Come on, DJ.
Let's see. Let's go with this one. This one. Yeah, this is on my little graphics. And where's the graphics? Oh. Here we go. Why isn't it not? Oh. Y'all have yourself a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Yep, the DJ is always kicking around here, and drop the beat on time. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Wait a minute, Native. Wait a minute.